Certifieds. When you mess with foundational black Americans, you find out the hard way. So Chud the Builder done turned into Chud the Squealer because it started off like that, then it went to that right there. That right there went to that right there. And then he pulled up and he got a little bit of that right there. It always ends bad for Chud and for Chad. But FBA Friday, we in the house. Let's go.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black Excellence. Power to the people.
Yeah, hey, he done messed with the wrong folks. Got some hands and feet put on him, and he turned into a supremacist punk real damn quick. But we in here all damn day. Certified salute. Let's go to work. Chicago, already seen you 2 times. New York, the boogie down Bronx is up in here. Step into place. I see Baltimore. Love Baltimore. You gotta love it, fam. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's go to work. Detroit, KC Mo, certified all the time. Duval, step in here, represent, let the world know. VA, you know, I see you. Let's do the damn thing. DC, we gonna give it up to the whole DMV, fam. Augusta's in here. I see the 718 Brooklyn one more time. Virginia Beach, shout out to y'all. Black Alpha's in here. I see y'all, family. Let's go, KC Mo, one more time. That'll make 2. Fort Worth is in here. Houston's in here. I see Fresno's in here. Pittsburgh's in here. Minneapolis, Mississippi's in here one more time. California, Philly. I see Los Angeles. I see Louisiana. What's happening, baby? Memphis is in here. Philly's in here. Denver. I see shout out to Houston again. California again. Make twins. I see Mississippi representing another time. California, Los Angeles, Fort Worth, Detroit, Lakesville, and you know Chicago got to get that last certified salute, family. And I know that the whole FBA stand up, be represented, because we in here. We about to cook tonight. FBA Friday. We in the house. Family, don't they know by now that if you come against certified black society, you're going to find out the hard way, because that's the only way, because we don't play? Let me send a big certified salute to the brothers and sisters in Tennessee. And then let me go ahead and send another one to the brothers and sisters in Cincinnati. And then from Cincinnati, we got to go down to Mississippi, because there was a beat down last year. And then, you know, after that, we got to send out all of the love to Alabama, because, you know, them folding chairs be folding across his head, but it's all good because they heard what I said. Everybody knows, fam. All across the 50 states, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Everybody's starting to see this energy. We ain't going to win with the Democrats. We ain't going to win with singing and dancing. We ain't going to win with locking arms. Fam, they having a march right now that's called All Roads Lead to the South. Well, let me tell you, since I'm from the South was in the house, and we ain't marching. Nope. We ain't dancing. Nope. We ain't out here singing. Nope. But we damn show swinging, y'all. And that's a certified way. And fam, we got them so broke. The damn Crypt Keeper done popped up out of nowhere. I'm not lying. You probably thinking Black Alpha ain't no way. Yes way. The Crypt Keeper scared. So that means the Democrats, the plantation, the supremacists, the Mayo, the Miracle Whip, they not living in matrimony. Fam, y'all look right now at a message from the Crypt Keeper.
Well, goddammit, I told y'all a week or 10 days ago that the Supreme Court was not legit. Some of you like took issue with me. Well, now you're not anymore. Now, are you? Now we find out that in the Louisiana redistricting case, which was, they decided it after in May or late April, in the elections this year, they're having to bring the legislature to be as corrupt as they possibly be, to disenfranchise as many black people as they can. I hate to say this to my black brothers and sisters, but you can forget about equal protection and due process in this country now. I hate to say that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I can only tell you the facts. Now we find out that Alito, you know the Alito that went on a 5-star gazillion-dollar high-end fishing trip riding on a...
Stop! Family, how old old is this man? Can you put it in the chat? Does the chat have enough digits to describe how old this man is? Because I'm promising you, he getting older with every syllable. He started off at about 357. About halfway through, he's probably about 792. All right? 850's coming up next. How old is this man? Somebody said Skeletor. Damn, He-Man is not coming. Trust and believe. Fam, we got them all breaking down. The old ones, the young ones, the in-between. I told you before, FBA run the yard, and they afraid. Somebody said BC. Damn. Eon's old. Damn. 10,000, a million. Damn. I'm just saying that what the streets is saying, and I can tell he mad as hell.
To my black brothers and sisters, but you can forget about equal protection and due process in this country now. I hate to say that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I can only tell you the facts. Now we find out that Alito, you know the Alito that went on a fight.
Who said Remick? Somebody said Remick. Somebody said The Walking Dead. Damn.
5-star gazillion-dollar high-end fishing trip riding on a G5 from Dulles to Alaska, who said he was just hanging around the airport and they happened to be an effort. Yeah, that Alito, the one who flew the upside-down distress flag outside of his house. Yeah, that Alito. You think this cares one iota about the rule of law, a precedent, or stare decisis?
He about to break. He about to break, family. This man is talking his jaw about to pop off. I think an eyeball done popped out his head. Get real.
You think this cares one iota about the rule of law, a precedent, or stare decisis, or briefs, or statutes, or impediments like the Constitution or the 14th Amendment? You kidding me?
I wish we could say that's how it was, but we can't because they know certifieds did it. Family, we got the skeletons breaking down, they falling down, and they can't get up. Everybody's taking L's right now because of certified foundational Black America. Nobody's going to these marches. Nobody's going to the polls. Nobody give a damn. I mean, he talking to jaw, fam, his jaw was here. At the end, his jaw was way over there. I can't explain it, family. Okay, fam, by the way, I heard of a tether hairline. Is that a skeleton hairline? Hey, is this a tether skeleton? This is the damn tether skeleton, y'all. I ain't never seen no tether skeleton hairline. He got a skeleton hairline. Fam, it's over. It's a wrap. Come take me. I done seen it all. I done seen a tether skeleton hairline. And you can't make it up because you're seeing it right there. Live and in living color, baby. We coming in hot. Yes, indeed. Shout out to all my certified foundational Black Americans, baby. Much love to us. It is officially summertime now, okay? It's official, all right? And foundational Black Americans, we hotter than ever. We on fire right now. It's all eyes on us, and they still can't see us, baby. You know what it is. So they're having all these marches and these protests, and they breaking down, and they rallying, and they think the foundational Black Americans give a damn, but we don't. They having all these songs and singing and Negro spirituals, and they think foundational Black Americans are going to help them, but we ain't. So what does that leave all these people with, family? Nada, zero, not a damn thing. See, we're marching to the beat of our own drum. And that ain't about being in the streets sweating and singing and getting the Democrats elected. No, that's about us doing whatever we choose. Let me say this, though, family, and we're going to get right to it. Everybody's been talking about this Chud the Scrub, right? Everybody been talking about Chud the Scrub. Fam, I'm going to be honest with you, and I need my certified foundational Black American regulators, please mount up and let me know something. I believe that the Democrats have something to do with this. Let me go ahead and elaborate. Let me know if you feel my flow, family. If you feel my flow, let me know. I believe the Democrats have a little something to do with that. I mean, it ain't far-fetched, is it? Didn't we just hear about the Democrats funding the Southern Poverty Law Center? Didn't we just hear about them making excuses and providing protection for the KKK? Is it really that far-fetched that the Democrats are plugged in with this guy? Is it really, fam? You feel me? Because when you look at the dots and you connect everything, you do see a direct connection between the Democratic Party and this guy. And let me tell you why I believe this is the case. It's because it's the midterms. And what do the Democrats need right now that they're not getting? Black Alpha gonna tell you, they need an unalive Black American body. They don't have a Black American body. Remember, y'all, every time the Democrats get elected, it's immediately following an unalive Black American body. Remember when Barack Obama came out and he said, Trayvon could be my son. He never said nothing about Trayvon again. He got reelected for his second term. Remember Joe Biden? Hell, he had 4 of them. Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Rashard Brooks, and George Floyd. And then they won an election. Do you notice that the Democrats only win elections whenever they can milk the unaliving of a Black American brother or sister? When there isn't an unalive body in the street of a Black American that was harmed unjustly, Democrats don't win no elections. Oh, we preaching today, baby. And we're going to put in that work and we cooking on them. So I believe, based on the facts and the details, that the Democrats are watching the Chud situation and either they are low-key supporting it or they are high-key providing protection. Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Let's keep it 100. The Democrats is loving all of that because the Democrats need this. This is why, think about it, fam. The same time when the Democrats are running around here saying that we need to vote at an all-time high and we need to go out there and our rights are being taken away, this is the same exact time all of this is going on. So what does that tell you? And family, things turned out real bad for Chud the Scrub. And we going to break it all the way down. Let's go to work, baby.
Chud the Builder is facing attempted charges.
Investigators say a fight outside the Montgomery County courthouse this week led to fire. Let's go to News 2's Jaxie Pigeon. She's live in Clarksville. And Jaxie, you have new information following this shooting.
Mark and Nikel, this all unfolded outside the courthouse on Wednesday, and now investigators are working to determine what sparked it. So deputies and Clarksville police responded to Millennium Plaza around 1 o'clock yesterday after reports of fired. When they got there, they detained 2 men who they say had been fighting before things escalated. Both were taken to the hospital with wounds and are expected to survive. Authorities identified one of the men as 28-year-old Dalton Etherly, who goes by Chud the Builder online. He's known locally for live streaming confrontations and making racist comments in public. He's now charged with criminal attempted murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. Etherly remains in the Montgomery County Jail this morning, awaiting arraignment where a judge will set bond. In a statement, Montgomery County Sheriff John Fuson says, quote, "It's unfortunate that incidents like this are happening in our community. This kind of violence won't be tolerated, and our office will work to make sure those responsible are held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. And because this investigation is still active, the entire courts complex here in Montgomery County will be closed for today." Live in Clarksville, Jaxie.
As Chud the Builder is facing a...
Whoa, wait, hold up, wait a minute. That went left real quick. But notice the language, family. Notice they said this type of stuff happens locally. Last time I checked, this stuff happens nationally. And also notice, fam, that they ran to say we're charging him with an attempted unaliving, but no charging of a hate crime. And also, when you seen the video, did you notice how quick that the agents pulled up on him real fast? Did y'all notice that? It was real strange in the video. Soon as it popped off and there was the melee, all of those guards were there ASAP, almost as if there was a protection. Let's be real, y'all. Shout out to my brother Tariq Nasheed, because Tariq been calling it out for a long time. Shout out to my sister Natural, because she's been calling it out. This man was being protected. This man was being protected and being allowed to go around and harm Black Americans and try to provoke Black Americans, and then it backfired and it flipped on his ass. Fam, he's getting charged because it didn't work. Trust me, he didn't let that shot go so the brother could live. He didn't let that shot go so the brother could see another day. He let that shot go so he can get an unalived you-know-what. But it didn't work that way. So now it flipped, and now he is getting locked up, and he about to get knocked up. Yep, I heard Chud is going to get introduced to Doug, and Doug going to have him getting dug out in the jail cell. I'm just keeping it all the way real, all the way live, fam. You got to see between everything. You got to read between the lines. Fam, this was a supremacist setup that ended up backfiring. There's a lot of things. Oh, yeah. A lot of people got a lot of different views and opinions, but you know Black Alpha going to get straight to the core. We're going to go all the way in. If you think for 1 second there wasn't some manipulation going on here, shit, all the way live there was, fam. All the way. Because when you examine this situation, this has the signs of supremacy written all over it. You mean to tell me that this man was going around practicing anti-black racism and making all of those different tweets and texts and putting it out there to the world and nobody did nothing? And as soon as he has the confrontation with the brother, boom, fam, when the brother put hands and feet on him, this is the first time that the police showed up the whole damn time. Fam, the police showed up more in 5 seconds than they did for the whole time this man's been running around here provoking and agitating black folks. See, what that was, fam, that was supposed to be an agitation to the point where the brother ended up getting capped and the brother ended up getting unalived. And then he can end up going to prison. And then they say, well, you know, the brother ended up getting unalived or the brother went to jail, but we don't see no signs of a crime here. The reason why Chud ended up getting arrested and charged is because the brother lived. That's why, family. Because trust me, y'all, had the brother end up getting unalived, they would pull the same thing they did with George Zimmerman, fam. It'd be the same exact thing. Oh, this goes all the way up to the top. Yes, we're indicting all levels here, baby. This is the system of supremacy. I know a lot of people take their eyes off the system of supremacy. I know a lot of folks forget why we're here. We're here because of the system of supremacy. I'm talking about the senator. I'm talking about the governor. I'm talking about the mayor. I'm talking about the principal at their little Mayo kids school. I'm calling them all out, family. They knew damn well what this was going to happen, and they knew damn well the way it was going to play out. And remember, y'all, there's always a different outcome when we win. Remember that, y'all. When we win, it's always a different game. Yes, the hell it is. See, whenever a black American gets unalived, they have a different script. Whenever the black American stays alive, then there's a completely different script than that. So what we're seeing is we're seeing the grassroots whoop that ass script. And that's a lot different than we were unjustly harmed and taken away. See, when we win in the ass whooping script, when that comes to life, that means the Chud goes to jail. That means they supremacists sacrifice him and throw him under the bus and don't want nothing to do with him. And that means FBA sitting here saying, try again. I'll send you to Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, folding chair, Cincinnati, all across the country. Do you see the reality that we're living in now, a reality that we have created all by ourselves? And do you see the old reality where they unjustly harm us? They throw up their hands and say, no signs of foul play. If you want to know, family, was this a whole giddy up in a whole melee? And was there some type of contrived conspiracy going on here? Let me tell you how you know, because you ain't heard the word hate crime. Let me tell you why. Because hate crime now indicts the system of supremacy. Hate crime now indicts all of them. See, if this was a hate crime, then they could apply this all across the country. They want to keep it to just one little single situation. You know, a bad apple. This was just Chud. Only Chud did this, family. Oh, no, it's nobody else. So the fact that they're very, very cautious with their words and they're completely ignoring the hate crime aspect of this, that lets you know that they were protecting, fam. They went from protecting Chud, and then when Chud was a dud and he flopped and got his ass whooped, now they want to protect the system of supremacy. Yes, indeed, baby. We in here all week, baby. Let's go to work. Fam, let's continue. One more time. Oh, we got a lot more. Oh, yeah, y'all knew we was waiting to get this one. We was waiting to get this one, fam. And here the hell we are. Let's continue to cook. Let's go.
Anyone think that our guy Chud the Builder regrets his decisions by now?
Federal agents outside my house in a U-Haul. Someone killed my dog, guys.
The type of content that he was promoting and doing, I don't understand what he thought he was going to get out of it. What type of fame, admiration, or riches are you going to get out of antagonizing random ass black people?
Right? The federal authorities were outside of his house, but they didn't tell him that he was being investigated for all of his antagonizing terrorism towards black folks. Very interesting, because they'll pull up to our house if we ask for a plate of soul food.
Right? Into getting them to jump, right? No, you got exactly what you deserve, right? You're banned from everything, right? They kicked you off of every platform. You can't make any money. You don't have a career. The feds are outside of your house and someone killed your dog. You got what you wanted.
Were the feds there for him? Or were the feds there because they was rocking with him? Oh, don't be naive. No. Fam, don't look like they came to do anything because right afterwards, he went and continued his behavior.
Right? What else did you think you were going to get for making goofy ass content like that? What did you think you were going to get for antagonizing a fucking community that's done absolutely nothing to you? What's funny is white people that hate black people the most don't know any black people. They've never been around any. Wait, Chud has, because he used to get pegged by one, a black woman, weirdo. But most of these people that are on the internet yipping and yapping about blacks, they don't even know any. They don't live by any, right? The people who do the most damage to them are the people who look like them. The archetype of Chud the Builder is one of the weirdest white archetypes ever, because those people never learn their lesson, right? Chud the Builder ruined his fucking life worse than it was than when he started doing this BS. I guarantee you, he does not regret it, right? He needs somebody to blame for his life being shit, and he shows black people. Does anyone?
Oh, we're going to break it down, family. Oh, we're going to bubble right now. It ain't that easy, y'all. Nope. Good point in the chat. He was clicked in with them boys. Fam. Let me ask you a question. Do you think a black American could go around and do the exact same thing that he was doing to W's? Or do you think a black American will get shut down quick? Fam, black folks can't even mention collard greens and cornbread without them trying to shut your stuff down. You mean to tell me this man was going around? Nobody said nothing. There you go. Right there. That's him, y'all. That's him. That's where he's at right now. That's where he's at. Not because he wasn't clicked in. He's there because he failed. Fam, he failed. It's no different if anybody got sent out to go do a mission and they don't execute the mission. Supremacy will throw you under the bus. Fam, he's getting thrown underneath the bus right now. This ain't because they loves him or he did something wrong or they got a problem with the system of supremacy. No. He didn't realize that he failed in his mission until he was, once again, right there. This is when they always find out. Yes, and he's probably thinking right now, I thought they said they had my back. No, they got your back. Apparently, so does Doug, your cellmate. Yep, but it ain't the same way that you think. So let's look at both sides here, fam, because remember, when you deal with the system of supremacy, you're dealing with two rings of it, okay? Two heads of it, right? I believe that the Democrats and the Republicans were working together to allow this man to do whatever he wants. The Republicans, with their open and overt supremacy, they were saying, hey, let him go around and do whatever he wants to do. It's all good with me. And then the Democrats, with their covert, were saying, hey, if he goes out there and he happens to unalive a black person, then we'll jump on it. Fam, why hasn't the Democrats said a word about this? Think about it now. Haven't the Democrats been running around here talking about going back to slavery? You don't see the behaviors of slavery in Chud the Builder? Haven't they been talking about Jim Crow 2.0? You don't see Jim Crow 2.0 in Chud the Builder? Ain't they been saying that black Americans' lives are on the line and black Americans are going to get harmed? Well, black Americans are going to get harmed. Our life's on the line. Jim Crow 2.0 and slavery. How come you didn't say nothing about this open supremacist who's been running around here terrorizing black people, other than you're okay with it because you wanted him to unalive a black American so you could put their face on your campaign ad? I know you. I see you. I got you. Checkmate. Try again and try it with somebody else in a whole different generation, family. You can't sit here and be jumping on tables, running around here talking about it's going to be slavery again. We all going to be back in chains, but you ain't doing nothing about an open supremacist right there in the same damn state. Oh, family, we're not talking about one's in Missouri, the other's in Delaware. No. We're not talking about one's in Florida, the other's in Iowa. No. We're talking about the same exact state where they've been declaring that black folks got 5 minutes left before we all go back to the plantation. A damn supremacist is running around here and the Democrats ain't say nothing, not a damn word. And whenever supremacy is hush, hush, quiet, quiet, that means that supremacy is working with the supremacist. If you know better, you do better. And we winning because we know it all, baby. Let's go. Check this out right here, fam. This is how they really feel. F what they tell you.
So I just found out about Chud the Builder. And, I don't know a ton about him. I see clips on this app, and I've done a little research, but I do know, in my opinion, that that man had some big, he was going out and doing the exact same thing that Black creators have been doing to white people for quite some time. Getting in white people's faces. Shutting doors. Okay, that's the new trend. Opening a door for a white person and then shutting it in their face.
No, it's not. Man, I don't know no person who did that. Ain't no videos of it. Here they go, making up ish again. This the new one. We just closed doors. Uh-oh, y'all. Closing doors in people's face, because you know that's such a atrocity, and then it ain't really even happening. This is how they really feel. Fam, F all them fake love letters, all them can't we get along videos. This is how they all feel. Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, red, blue, all of them.
Black creators walking up to white people going, "Are you racist?" And then questioning them, treating them like shit. Touching their hair, going into their businesses and making a scene. You know the black lady that goes into all the businesses and makes a big old scene, and she's like barefooted and she tries to go behind the counter and she does outrage.
No, I don't know who that is. No, I don't. She's sitting there making people up. You know the one black girl who walked in the store that day and she ordered some food? No, never seen her. And you ain't never seen her because she doesn't exist. Who the fam? Look at these people, y'all. Come on now. Come on, fam. They're going to talk a game. They're going to talk a game, but this is how they really feel. Oh, this how Chud, Doug, Scrub, they all gets no love. Remember that, family. This is how these people really feel.
Outrageous things. To me, that was our Chud the Builder. He was one person that would actually go out and do the exact same thing that they were doing to us, but they couldn't fucking stand it. They couldn't stand it that somebody dared play the fucking game that they've been playing on us for a long time. That one guy that goes around to old people and asks them, "Hey, did you used to own slaves? Are you a fucking slave?" I mean, what?
Who? Fam, notice that every time she brings up a W, it's by name. Every time she tries to come up with a fake black person, it's that guy or that girl. She ain't got no names for us because who she's talking about don't exist. Don't exist, family. That's what I'm talking about.
What they've been doing to us out in public for quite some fucking time is no different than what Chud the Builder was doing to them, and they couldn't fucking stand that. There's no way they were gonna let a white boy walk around freely out in public and get in their faces and call them the exact same bullshit they were calling us. And they're like, it was bound and determined to happen. You white people just kept encouraging him. You mean kind of like you black people encourage each other to slam doors in old white people's faces? Kind of like how you were encouraging people to shoulder chuck white people on the sidewalk?
Kind of like how you encourage that meth in your pipe. The same way you encourage that mayo in your mouth. If we talking encouraging, let's talk about it.
Kind of like the millions of people, kind of like the millions of views that those videos got of the black ladies just walking through white people and shoulder chucking them left and fucking right. Oh no, though. That's okay if y'all do it, though. But white boy out there doing that? Oh, no. We can't fucking have that. Now, can we? We're the only ones that can go around fucking bullying cracker whiteys because they deserve it. They deserve it, you know. All I know is Chud has a GoFucking-Fund-Me. I'll gladly donate. But I sure hope he's okay. Because he ain't done a damn thing that y'all ain't been fucking doing to us for quite some time.
Let me tell you something. You are going to find out the hard way that it don't ever work out your way. How about that one, Mrs. Mayo number 372? That's what you're going to find out because we done found out every single thing that you're talking about. Fam, if these people aren't supported by their community, then how come these people always make so much money? GoFundMe's every time. And nobody ever does anything to stop them because this is how they truly feel. Notice that every time she brought up a black person, she couldn't provide a name. It was they, it was y'all, it was him, the guy, and the girl. But see, we know exactly who y'all are because y'all got names. What we want to talk about? You want to talk about Charlie Charlie Fatigue? Is that what you want to talk about? You want to talk about Chud the Scrub, the Squealer? You want to talk about that? You want to talk about the Jake Lane guy that's running around here? See, this is the new wave, family. And let me tell everybody this, okay? Because we about to bubble up in here today. See, Black Alpha Certified Black Society, fam, we number one. We don't take no half steps on the system of supremacy. We indict, call them all out, check them all at the same time, family, multitask. This is the wave that the Democrats have created. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. The Democrats have created an atmosphere now where people know that Black Americans will never have any protections. This is why I showed y'all James Carville, the Crypt Keeper. That's why I showed you the skeleton tether hairline. And he said, Black folks, give it up. You'll never have any protections. That's coming from a Democrat. He's probably the oldest Democrat on the planet, fam. He out-aged Joe Biden probably by about 15 years. And if you're older than Joe Biden, I mean, damn, you know you're older than Methuselah, fam. So if he's older than Methuselah, his wife looks like Medusa, and he's openly telling us we'll never have a hate crime protection, that has created an atmosphere where people think it's open season. See, this all goes back to the Democrats. It all goes back to the Democrats. See, the Republicans aren't running around here saying that we're going to protect Black Americans, so it's green lit for their people to come after us. And when everybody understands that the Democrats, who are supposed to be the ones writing these federal hate crime protections for us, they are no interest in doing anything for us. Everybody's now looking, it's like, wait a minute. The people who are supposed to protect them aren't going to protect them? Well, damn, let's go get them then. See, everybody always talks about how Donald Trump emboldens racists. Nobody emboldens anti-Black racism more than the Democrats, because they have created an atmosphere where the whole world knows they're not interested in writing us any hate crime protections or laws, any type of assistance, any type of help, no policy, no tangibles, no nothing. So who's emboldening the racists more? Donald Trump could sit there and talk all the racism all day long until he's blue in the face. But people aren't going to go act on it if they know they're going to get charged with a federal hate crime against us. However, when the Democrats say we're not going to write them a federal hate crime protection, then all those supremacists that would have took a step back previously, now they're going to say, nope, let's go get them. You see, family, this all goes back to the Democrats. And then they wonder why we say, F you, we ain't voting for you, because of stuff like that right there. Nobody emboldens the supremacist society from attacking Black Americans more than the Democrats, because the Democrats let it be known there will be no punishment, there will be no law, there will be no policy to protect Black Americans who have been historically the number one victims of hate crimes. You could take the hate crimes against Black Americans, just us, and then you can take every other person. I'm talking about all these groups in this rainbow melting pot America. Add them all up, family, and they're not even half of the hate crimes that go against Black Americans. I've seen it. I've done the math. Them same feds that was out there at Chud's house that didn't do nothing, them same feds, according to them, Black Americans are the number one hate crime victims, and you can add everybody else up, and it's not even half of us, family. So when you know that we are the people who have been the historic people who are targeted, harassed, terrorized by hate crimes, and the party who consistently denies giving us any help, when you know that, oh man, you're going to do whatever the hell you want to do. And that's why I say this all goes back to the Democratic establishment. And then it's funny though, family, because while the Democrats have been practicing and participating in this neglect of helping Black Americans, I want you guys to notice how they've been playing both sides of the fence. Oh, it gets more devious from here, my good brothers and sisters. I told y'all we in here bubbling, we in here cooking today. Shout out to Houston. I see you. Watch this, fam.
And listen, America, I want you to look at this photo. I want you to know these are not foundational Black Americans. These people are all of immigrant descent, okay? And what they do is they infiltrate these systems. They pretend to cosplay white, cosplay Black, and this is what they do. They play white Americans and Black Americans against each other so they can stay a buffer class. This is how they stay a buffer class. These are not foundational Black Americans. I know you look at them, you're like, they look Black. They ain't us.
There goes your Southern Poverty Law Center, y'all. A bunch of damn tethers. Uh-oh. Now the tethers done entered the chat. So we got benign neglect from the Democratic Party. We got complete anti-Black racism openly from the Republican Party. And then here come the tethers who say, can I get a way in? So family, it's always been FBA versus the world. And we will always win by a knockout. Apparently, we're knocking out people like Chud the Scrub any damn way. Very, very interesting. Southern Poverty Law Center? Ain't none of these people from America, let alone the South. You ain't from the South. You from South Africa. You may be from South Haiti. You may be from South Bahamas, but you ain't from the South in the United States. So family, tethers have been controlling the Southern Poverty Law Center. And they've been working in conjunction, in cahoots with the Democratic Party. And they have both been working with these hate crime groups, and the Republicans been shaking both hands the same way. This is why when you call out the system of supremacy, family, you indict them all. That's how it is. Let's continue.
These are not foundational black Americans. I know you look at them, you like, they look black. They ain't us. Okay? You see them? You see them in the back there? We have to get out of this idea of skin color. They figured out that white Americans and black Americans see skin color and we think, oh, skin color. We have to start looking at the lineage of these people. We have been infiltrated in every way. And listen.
This is why over here on the Black Alpha Network, family, we got terms for them. What are those terms, Black Alpha? Those are called MOPS and CAPS. Yes, melanated other people, Caribbean African people. And all of them people ain't our people. It's all about lineage. Family, let's go there. We're getting into an age and a time now where we're going to have to truly insert terms like prejudice, vitriol. Those are going to be the terms that end up for taking into the future because racism has become just too vague. See, when you talk about racism, family, that allows people who aren't Black Americans to falsely claim it so they can steal from Black Americans. When you say racism, that gives the connotation that we're all Black, brother, including people who hate having melanin. See, foundational Black Americans have been the only people who stood on business for being Black. These people cannot stand being Black. They always say, I didn't know I was Black until I got here. Y'all Black folks. See, it's funny how they always try to slander and slur us about how we see Black, but they always want to use that Blackness so they can benefit. Trust me, y'all, all of them tethers that are in the Southern Poverty Law Center, they all use Blackness to get there, but they don't identify as Black themselves. And when they get there, they make laws and they come down on Black Americans while they work with white Americans. You can't make this up, fam. That's too many corners to turn. So this is why we're going to have to truly start saying things like prejudiced and vitriol. Okay, these are the things. Spite. You know, I'm always talking about spite, jealousy, envy, vitriol, prejudice. Those are terms that we're going to have to come up with because those can easily apply to lineage. Okay, when somebody comes over here and they're 15 shades darker than midnight, but they don't like Black folks, the average person can't wrap their mind around it. And then they're going to pull out their little shield and say, hey, we all Black, brother. See, Blackness is only used as a weapon against Black Americans. Shout out to a lot of our older pillars in the community from the 60s and 70s, but they didn't have to go through this. They didn't have to go through this, family. They still lived in a world where, quite frankly, they didn't really meet too many people who were non-Black American. We're going to have to go all the way live with it, family. This notion that they had some type of intelligence about the melanated world in the 60s and 70s is really a falsehood because they didn't even have access to the melanated world. All of those people came post 1960s. Everybody makes great points. The wonderful, the great Tupac Shakur said you have BC, before crack and after crack. We're going to really have to start saying before the Civil Rights Act and after the Civil Rights Act. See, after the Civil Rights Act, there came a lot of knowledge about the world, about the way things function, about how people really are, about how they truly feel about us. Anything before the Civil Rights Act, it was very elementary, very preschool. No offense to the brothers and sisters back then, but for the most part, they didn't really understand how melanin operates. They didn't really understand the way these people target us. They didn't really understand how somebody can be dark and hate us, how somebody can be Black on the outside, but they can be everything other on the inside. They didn't use terms like MOP. They didn't use terms like CAP. They don't use terms like tether. We use those terms, family, because it's all about the way things really are. Okay, so we have a difference in a viewpoint that they don't have. And the fact that the tethers have been siding with Chud. How many people have y'all seen of late that have been tethers, and all they're doing is calling up our spaces and saying, Chud was not wrong. You blacks need to stop. You blacks get too upset at the N-word. Fam, it's tethers. Tethers ain't been coming out. Fam, let's go there. Where's the black and brown at? Where they at? Where the W liberals at? Where they at? Where are the Africans and the Haitians and the Jamaicans? Where they at? Where's the Democratic Party? Where they at? All these people who always got black Americans in their mouth, 24/7, 365. They go to sleep, they wake up, and they hating on black Americans. They ain't said a word about Chud the Builder, an open, foundational black American hater. And I'm talking about foundational black American hater. I ain't gonna say African, I ain't gonna say Haitian. He's an open FBA hater. And no talk, because all of them agree with it. Remember, fam, it's all live and live in color. Everybody sees it. So if nobody says nothing, what does that mean? He was an open anti-black hater, and nobody said a damn thing. Let me show y'all even further what I mean by that. Fam, they're also out here trying to truly antagonize us. Oh, man, we about to go into Mayo land. Let's go into Mayo land, family, and it ain't Lego land. Look at this right here. Absolutely, crickets. Nobody says nothing. Watch this.
It's Johnny, and I'm on my gummy. Hey, that Chud the Builder, it's at 5,000 views. I support it for, doesn't matter. Can I ask you a simple question? Without Chud the Builder, how else would the N-word be removed from society? If it's so detrimental, if it's a trigger word that's so triggering that you get reasons and excuses for your actions, like whatever, I curb stomped him and killed him because he called me the N-word. The word in your songs? Yeah, I can't. I listen to it and I use it in my conversations, and everybody at my house uses it. But I mean, when he says it, the entertainment industry says that's what it means. And it's triggering, and I feel victimized by it, so I killed him. How can we just remove the word, period, if it's so triggering? Without Chud the...
I'll remove it when you remove that meth from your pipe. How about that one? Since we out here removing things, how about that? You remove that meth, and then we can do that. Or maybe you remove your sister wife from your bedroom, and then we can talk. But until then, I mean, there ain't really nothing to talk about. There ain't nothing to talk about, family. Don't let these people get you in these sidebar conversations. What's it about the N-word? We gonna talk about the N-word? I mean, the N-word is something there too now. No. If we're gonna talk about a word, let's talk about the I-word, inbred. Because that seems to be the only thing that you really probably know about there, Bob.
The Builder, bringing awareness. And that's why I support him. I'm Johnny, much love. It's Johnny.
Fam, how about this one? How about maybe it's really Chud the inbred? That's what I'm thinking. Fam, is that what it is? Was it really Chud the inbred the whole time, fam? I'm just saying. How many of y'all seen the movie Wrong Turn? Y'all been seeing the movie Wrong Turn, family? And if I'm not mistaken, Wrong Turn was right out there in them Appalachian Mountains. I'm thinking there's some type of intermixing going on. And I don't mean intermixing like lineage and lineage, race and race. No, family. They were family swirling. You're not supposed to family swirl, Bob. Okay, you're not supposed to swirl with your nieces and nephews. All right, aunts and uncles aren't supposed to swirl. Swirl is meant for a whole different reason. All right, so that's what I'm believing, fam. I'm thinking they're doing some intermixing within their household. That's good. I mean, they all got the telltale signs, family. Eyes popping out, eyes red. Looks very wrong turnish. But in his case, I guess he believes he made the right turn. But let me tell you something. Chud made the complete wrong turn, and he picked the wrong person. So that is what I'm seeing coming from them. Okay. And what you're seeing now, fam, is how they're going to try to utilize this, and they're going to try to spin it. There's a lot of agitation going on out there. I made a post the other day that completely went viral on Twitter. And I told everybody what you're dealing with now. Supremacy 101. The way supremacists operate now is in just a different world. I heard a lot of people with a lot of different reasons and ideas, and they were saying, well, Chud is one of those people who don't get no women. So what he wants to do is try to fight a black person. Fam, this isn't the insecure supremacist. I'm going to make this clear. A lot of people think this is the Myron Gaines and all those. Those are those pipsqueak dudes who can't get no women, okay? Chud is just an old-fashioned supremacist. And he's what we call the antagonizing supremacist. We're about to cook right now, family. Follow me now. I've seen a lot of people coming up with all these reasons. See, to me, that's reducing the type of hater that he is. That's reducing the type of opposition that he is. Fam, I'm not talking about the insecure person. What I'm telling you right now is he is a good old fashioned don't like black folks and trying to jam black folks up. Okay. Let me tell you how it works. Okay. This is Supremacy 101 today. What they do, family, is that they antagonize, they provoke a situation, they immediately pull up and they pew pew, they play victim, then they blame black folks. Okay. That's what it is. Antagonize, provoke, immediately jump to violence. That's the first thing they do, family. They immediately jump to violence because what they want to do is they want you to respond with a punch. Fam, we're about to cook right now. Let Black Alpha tell you, you're going to hear 100 different people with 100 different things. I'm telling you, it ain't going to get no realer than this. These antagonizing supremacists, that's a new wave. And let me tell you who created the antagonizing supremacist. Barack Obama did. Yes, because the first modern day antagonizing supremacist was George Zimmerman. If you think about it, Chud the Scrub, he did the same exact thing that George Zimmerman did. What you do? You antagonize a black person, Trayvon Martin. You provoke the situation, Trayvon Martin. You immediately got took off on, and then you immediately pew-pewed. You played victim. You blame black folks. You see, family? Who created that environment? Barack Obama did. With Eric Holder, his tether, whatever the hell he was, Justice Department. You see what I'm talking about, fam? You got to be cautious. See, what they want you to do is they want to antagonize you and they want you to hit them. Don't get it tangled and twisted, y'all. They want you to respond with a punch or a kick so they can respond with a pew-pew. That's the way it works. Don't get it messed up, fam. This is the psychosis of these individuals. That is the antagonizing supremacist, which is a new modern form of supremacy, which was created under the Barack Obama don't do nothing for black folks era and the Eric Holder don't do nothing for black folks era. Family, this is the results of stand your ground, okay? This is stand your ground. What they do is they walk around the United States of America, they antagonize and provoke black people, and then they immediately try to unalive you and claim stand your ground. Stand your ground in the Democratic establishment, Barack Obama exclusively allowing that type of evilness to go forward was one of the most damning things out there. And that emboldened supremacists far more than Donald Trump ever did. See, stand your ground gave them this how to get away with unaliving. And y'all know the word I'm really using. Y'all know the television show, How to Get Away with, where they walk this fine line of the law. And they say, well, he hit me first. And that is the reason why they want you to harm them. This is what they do, fam. They want you to do it. So they'll go and they'll agitate you and do all these things. And when you come back with a punch, they come back with a pew-pew. And then they claim stand your ground. That law should have never taken off. And while Black Lives Matter was running around here and wanting Confederate monuments pulled down, people should have been talking about getting stand your ground reversed. You guys remember that sister who stood her ground against the guy breaking into her house? And I think she papped at him and she went to jail. Notice you never hear cases of stand your ground with black folks actually utilizing that law. You ever notice that, family? It's always done against us because what did Black Alpha tell you earlier? I told you that the script is always different when we win. When we win, it's a whole different script to when we get unalived. Carmelo Anthony ended up defending himself, so you got a whole different script. Had Carmelo Anthony end up getting unalived by the W, then you would see a whole different game plan, family. So this is why brothers and sisters are smart. The brother out there in Tennessee, he handled the situation properly. But let me go ahead and talk to all my brothers and sisters out there. If ever confronted with one of these type of situations and you do feel that you need to go ahead and throw them hands, you better be ready immediately to take it to the next level because they're waiting on it. The punch is what their goal is, okay? They want you to hit them. It's no different than being a celebrity. When you're a celebrity, they want you to hit them. That's what they do. Hey, Kanye, taking pictures of your kids. Oh, you got a fat little kid over there, Kanye. Hey, Tupac, can I get some pictures? You guys remember when Tupac was spitting at all of the paparazzi? That's an old boy. That's old. That's old. They've been doing that since the 80s. Michael Jackson. They used to run up and try to provoke Michael Jackson. You guys remember the video where Michael Jackson is about to take off on that reporter? When Michael Jackson's in the car with his mama and Janet is going off and Mike pushes to the side and Mike starts pointing and Michael's about to get out the car. That person was trying to provoke Michael Jackson to hit them so they can go and get a bag. That's what that guy did when he went to Corey Holcomb's show, if I'm not mistaken, just a few months ago. The Aiden Daniels guy. They want to get hit, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's the antagonizing supremacists and the supremacist minions and the tethers. They want Black Americans to go out there and do that. Mike was about to take off on that person. But this is why you got to be ready, okay? So their goal isn't to just say things. Let me tell you something. Chud the Builder wanted that black man to hit him so he can do exactly what he did. George Zimmerman wanted Trayvon to hit him so he can do exactly what he did. Notice, fam, they antagonize you, number one. You respond with these, number two, and then they respond with a fire. They respond with a pew-pew. They respond with fam. They immediately go to an escalation. Immediately. So the fact that they immediately went to an escalation, doesn't that mean that that was their goal the whole time? You're going to hear a lot of people tell you a lot of things, baby, but ain't nobody going to break it down this way. So what I want my brothers and sisters to understand, if ever confronted with this situation, and you do know that you have to throw them hands, be ready to go to the next level, because that's what they waiting on anyway. And matter of fact, reports came out today, and they said that Chud had already had that, hammer already put the power tool. He already had the power tool drawn out. See, fam, I'm only dropping facts and receipts, baby. I'm only dropping facts and receipts. The first story is that the brother hit him in the back, and then they tangled and tussled. Now reports are coming out that Chud already had that thing drawn, the same way George Zimmerman already had it drawn. They want you to respond to them so they can take you out. How to get away with you know what. That's the way the game goes, family. Yep, absolutely. This is the trickery that these individuals do, and it's real in the field. That's exactly what happened out there with the Carmelo Anthony situation. See, what you think is that you're going to respond with these, and they're going to respond with these, and it's going to be an even one of those. Man, when have they ever done that? When have they ever? You slap, they slap. You kick, they kick. That ain't how it go. You respond, boom. And let me tell you what ended up happening. Back in the old days, they didn't have to do this. See, they want to go back to a time where back in the old days, they could just run up on you and get right to the pew-pew. You know what I'm talking about, family? Back in the old days, they want to get straight to the pew-pew. Now, they got to kind of go around the law. And did you notice, fam? The same way with George Zimmerman and Chud. They immediately gave this scripted response. Notice that, right? You guys heard it. He gave an immediate response where he was breaking it down. Oh, what happened was this and this and this. He already had in his mind his alibis and justifications soon as the police showed up. Soon as. Fam, this is all scripted. They know they're going to antagonize you. They know they're going to provoke you. They know you're going to respond with your hands, and they know they're going to respond with a power tool. And then when the people pull up, they're going to have an already predetermined script that they're going to read off, and this allows them to get away with red rum. There it is. There it go, family, for those who don't know. And family, now there's also this new wave that I want everybody to be cautious of as well. Now you're going to start to see these W's come out, and they're going to be trying to get Black Americans riled up. And they're going to take a lot of this and go towards votes. Yeah, this is what they're doing. Be careful, fam. When you start seeing these W's pop up and they're talking about voter rights, they want you to respond in a violent, aggressive fashion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch this right here, family. Is this not somebody trying to provoke you? Absolutely, family. Staged and rehearsed. You guys are absolutely correct. Same playbook. Absolutely. Yep. See, hold on. Whoa. One second before I get to this meth man over here. Y'all notice how we see through it? See, this is why we winning, y'all. See, this is why Chud right now, it all flip-flopped on him. It all backfired on him. He got his ABK, anti-Black karma. See, the script didn't work. How in the hell, let me say this, fam. How in the world do you pull out a power tool and still get whooped on? He said it. He was like, man, he kept whamming on me even after I had that thing out. It didn't go as planned. Everything that I just told you about the antagonizing, the provoking, the immediate escalation, the pew-pew, the power tool, the rehearse, the script, everything I just told you went down the drain because that brother put in work, which is what you wouldn't have seen back in the old days. Today, now we already know what they're going to do because of what we're talking about right now, how we're communicating with each other, how we standing on 10. We right now are stopping all of that. So he pulled that thing out, still got whooped on. And now he's ended up getting charged and he's ended up getting snatched up in that prison cell. What does that tell you, family? That tells you we run in the yard. The old ways of playing the game ain't working today. No. We too educated up here. We're too savvy. We're too swift, strong, and they know what it is. So watch the way it goes. Matter of fact, it's swift, swell, savvy, strong. Let me show y'all this right here. Here we go. Watch this, fam. Watch these Democrats come out and try to get black folks turned up. Watch this.
If you are a black voter in the United States of America right now, you should be fucking pissed. If you're not, you're complicit to the bullshit that the Republican Party is pulling right now. I expect to see every registered black voter vote at the midterms. That's what I expect. Because allowing the Republican Party to shit on MLK's legacy is not acceptable.
Acceptable? What you mean accept? What, boy, y'all hear this? Who you talking to? Who you talking to? And fam, notice they out there agitating us. I know y'all not gonna let this happen now. Oh, y'all gonna go out there and do something, right? Y'all gonna turn up? I know y'all ready to turn up on them folk now. Don't let them do this to y'all. Man, if I was you, man, I'd go over there and I'd go get with them busters. Listen to it, fam. Listen, fam, that's why I say the Democrats and the Republicans alike are benefiting off of this situation. Out of nowhere now, they're running around here trying to agitate and get black Americans jammed up. Watch the words.
Get up, get out. Don't make excuses. Go vote. Make a difference. Let them know that what they're doing is not going to work. And we will move forward and leave this shit behind. If you
No, hell no. No, nice try, homeboy. Nice try, family. This is what it is. They're trying to keep us in a consistent state of rage. That's what they want, family. And this has always been the game. The Republicans go do the open acts. The Democrats try to keep black Americans in an engulfed stage where we got to go back and forth. They work with each other in conjunction. Out of nowhere, the same people who never said anything about this Chud guy running around here, all the different things that we broke down analytically, they said no word, no talk, hush mode. And now they're popping out saying, I know y'all not going to let that happen now. And notice, fam, how he kept trying to talk down to us. You notice that, fam? That's that same thing with Kamala Harris talking about something, I give y'all permission, okay? What they're dealing with now, family, is nobody gives us nothing. We take. And if we don't want to do it, we ain't doing it. That's the difference between back in them old days and today. Oh, it's a whole new state and time, y'all. Whole new state and time. And they've been running around here doing that left and right. Here's another one right here. Watch this, family. Watch these individuals and how slick they think they are.
I'm actually surprised. I'm shocked. Like, legit, I'm surprised that my brain is still trying to process what happened last week. Because it shouldn't be. This country is built on hurting black people. The United States of America will... They'll if they hear that they can hurt a black person, they'll get it done in minutes. If they hear that they are going to help somebody, they'll have to set up. They'll have to have whole committee meetings about it, all this different shit. They got to the Voting Rights Act. They pulled out them old racist maps. They went, here you go. And in Alabama, they had tornado warnings going off. They could have been by a tornado, but instead they said, wait a second, before we run down to the shelter, we got to go get rid of black representation.
What? What the hell a tornado got to do with this? Fam, do you see the way they're trying to instigate us? Y'all see that? And by the way, do y'all think this guy would support reparations? You guys think this man is a reparationist? Do you think he's down when it matters, y'all? Look how they trying to play the game, family.
In Tennessee, they went and destroyed the coverage of Memphis. In Mississippi, they are going to go use the building where they seceded from the Union. Because their current building's under work. They could wait. They could just wait until the building's ready. And in a lot of these places, they're suspending primary elections that have already started. And the thing is you go, okay, well, maybe the Democrats can push back. Well, I don't think you're missing a big part of the issue here. which is that in this country, if you're a Republican and you want to hurt black people, there are no laws to stop you. But if you're a Democrat and you want to make anything better, not only do you have to be perfect, but every single court in the country will show up and kick your shit in.
Only the Republicans do the harming. Listen to him, family. He said, if you're a Republican, you can get away with it. Are you suggesting that Democrats have never harmed black Americans? That's what it's starting to sound like. Oh, family, look how they doing it. They be playing tag team, don't they? Don't they be out here tag teaming, fam? Look how he's saying, basically, the Democrats won't hurt you. It's only the Republicans. That's that Donald Trump and Bolden, everybody. Not the Joe Biden, not the Bill Clinton, not the Barack Obama, not the Eric Holder, not the Kamala Harris. You see?
Because that's what just happened today in Virginia. They set up a 10-1 remander, try to fix this to counteract Texas, and the Virginia Supreme Court said, no, how dare you? You can't possibly use the weapons of the enemy. We have to let it be perfect. Even though the voters chose in Virginia. The voters chose that map in Virginia. In Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi. God damn. What they had to do.
Notice now he ain't talking about supremacy, fam. He ain't talking about supremacy no more. Look at fam, he in straight up voter rights now. Look how quick that turned into harming black folks, taking away black rights. Black folks get it so bad. Notice that turned real quick, family. Now he's in here talking about voter rights. Maybe because voter rights is what he was really worried about the whole time. Because he don't really give a damn about black folks unless you voting for the Democratic Party. Yeah, there you go. Right there, family. These folks don't give a damn at all about black Americans. That turned into a political speech.
Get a bunch of white men in suits and ties to go, boom, map's gone. They didn't have to hold an election. They didn't have to hold a press conference. They didn't do any of that shit. And now who's going to suffer? Black people. Black people are going to suffer. And here's the thing I know about black suffering in this country. It trickles up.
Oh, God.
It trickles the up to everybody else.
Oh, get the hell up out of here. Get out of here. Man, it can't trickle up because the people up the dominant society are the ones who perpetrate it, and you're running liberal cover for them. Nice try, fam. There you go. Jumping back and forth, fourth and black.
They have to hold a press conference. They don't do any of that shit. And now who's going to suffer? Black people. Black people are going to suffer. And here's the thing I know about black suffering in this country. It trickles up. It trickles the up to everybody else. Because the whole purpose of what the South wants to do right now is to reinstitute a hierarchy with just a few white families on the top and a bunch of dumb stuck in the middle and an entire base of black people that those dumb can look down on. That's where we are.
Stop. And where you are, looks like you in somebody's school, which I'm going to leave that one alone. Fam, we breaking this down tonight, baby. You see how these individuals think they slick? He done blamed the South. That's an old tactic. Yep. He relegated supremacy to one political party. That's an old tactic. He kept jumping between black suffering and voting Democrat. That's an old tactic. Remember, y'all, Lyndon Baines Johnson said, I'm going to have these black folks, and he didn't say black, voting for the Democratic Party for the next 100 years. That's what this is all about. That ain't got nothing to do with black folks and black pride and black folks suffering. Hell no. That got everything to do with them trying to harm us and them trying to utilize this little voter game of back and forth and back. Man, there's been all types of these supremacists playing these games with us, y'all. This is why we've been so focused and we ain't been moving nowhere. Man, shout out to us. Certified salute to the team. FBA, foundational, black Americans. Right now, the grassroots, we ain't moving, we ain't shaking. Matter of fact, fam, we shaking them all up because they shook. Can't nobody play these games on us. That brother out there in Tennessee put some hands and feet on the W. You pulled out the pew and still got papped. What that tell you? Shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to Cincinnati. All across the United States of America, foundational black Americans ain't playing with you. Everybody getting that smoke. These little tricks and myths and misnomers ain't working. These little Democrats, Republicans, conservative, liberals, them ain't working. The only thing that matters is what we do because we're the only people who matter. Because we built this country. So when foundational black Americans is standing on business, everything flip-flops. Chud the Scrub was supposed to unalive that black man, Please stand your ground in self-defense and then get off. Instead, he ended up getting hands and feet on him, and now he got a charge and he's sitting in the cell. It backfired. Just the same way in Alabama with the river boat brawl. They were supposed to run up on that black man and nobody was supposed to do nothing. But some other black folks came with some chairs and they did everything. Brother was jumping in the water swimming to go get that fade. Yup, you seen it. Y'all remember just about a year ago in Mississippi. That guy ran up in that bar and he thought he was going to do what Chud was doing, dropping them N-bombs. Black folks ain't playing with you. And the brothers in Mississippi sent them home. And let me just say this, fam. If there's ever a place on the planet Earth you shouldn't go up in a bar and drop the N-word to, it's a bar in Mississippi. Mississippi brothers can pick up a tree. I got a big ass tree in my front yard. A month from Mississippi will pick that damn thing up, throw it in. They country strong out there, okay? And you was Mayo wrong, and you got that working. It's been a year, all right? And you probably still recovering. Family, I told you, only thing Chud left with is wounds and losses and charges. That is it. You see how everything's backfiring on them, brothers and sisters? You notice that, y'all. I always tell you, look out for all the details and the nuances to how we out here winning. You're not hearing a lot of victim tales about Black Americans. You notice what you're hearing is a bunch of victory, a bunch of championship swag. You dig? The stories have changed. Y'all go back. Remember, it used to be this black person was unalive. This black person was unalive. Stand your ground. We don't know yet. Wait till the facts come out. You ain't hearing wait till the facts come out. The facts did come out. And it said that Chud got his ass whooped. That's what it said. It said them folks down there in Alabama, they having nightmares and they jumping up in cold sweats if they even hear a folding chair. I'm just saying. So if you want to see who's winning, you can look at FBA and you can stay looking at us because we the only ones in the room, baby. We the only ones in the room. So the game is different. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, try. Hey, fam, let me say, I see you. Try North Carolina, South Carolina. Try New York. Try anywhere. Remember, there's certified foundational Black Americans in every pocket of the United States of America. And we got smoke that they don't want. And we dishing out the smoke left and right and left. And there ain't a damn thing that anybody can do about it. I'm loving this era in time because this era in time is so divine. And family, do you know right now that we whooping these people up so bad? I mean, just it's bad. At this point, y'all, I mean, I thought it would be like maybe a round or two. Fam, it ain't been a bunch of rounds. It's been real easy. Okay, we making this stuff look real easy. They're literally melting down and crashing out everywhere you go. Every time you turn around, these people are crashing out. And they're crashing out real bad. And let me tell you how bad these people are crashing out as we get to it. These individuals are having a Selma march. I'm not lying, y'all. They're really going to go march on Selma. I'm not lying. I know they was running around here talking about the summer of freedom and they don't realize that this is certified Black society and we pulling up. Fam, they've been out here trying to get FBA on board. And I just want to know, are y'all going to go to the Selma March? Yeah, they're having a Selma March, fam. Let me show y'all the flyer. There's a whole Selma March that these individuals are preparing. Here you go, right there, fam. All roads lead to the South. Friday, which is today, May 15th, 10 a.m., Florida State Capitol in Tallahassee. And then they also got some in Atlanta. And they marching all through the South, family, in the name of getting your ass whooped on the damn bridge 60 years ago. I'm not lying, y'all. Look at how down bad we got them.
If you don't want to get hit by a nuke, you better vote blue. If you don't want to get hit by a nuke, you better vote blue. If you don't want to get hit by a nuke, you better vote blue.
What? Hell no.
All goddamn roads lead to the South. Y'all need to be in Montgomery this Saturday, because they trying to take all our rights. The 15th Amendment fucked up. 14th Amendment to get fucked up. Y'all president is racist and white supremacy is real. Y'all gotta be cussing on here. I don't even cuss. Bring y'all ass to Montgomery. That's where the civil rights movement. Y'all don't even care about the civil rights movement no more. Y'all don't care about voting. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about nothing but yourself. And guess what? Yourself gonna end up on the plantation. Take your ass to Montgomery.
To a protest this weekend. This is not my first rodeo, so let me show you my protest essentials. First of all, you gotta have a good protest t-shirt. I'm probably wearing this one, my 92% Club tee from Black Women on a Mission, period. Now it's gonna be hot, overly, so you're gonna need your little fan, okay? Handheld, boom. If you don't need it, the person next to you will.
This Saturday, May 16th, 1 p.m., you, me.
Stop, fam, who's all going? Are y'all going? Who's going, family? Tomorrow, you gonna be up early? You gonna have your walking shoes, fam? I just want to know. You can answer with a hell no or hell yes in the chat. I'm accepting all answers, family. I just want to know, is this capturing your heart and mind, y'all? Are you motivated? Are you excited, y'all? Does this sound like something that you'd be interested in? If you all let Black Alpha know something.
Tens of thousands of our closest friends rally for the All Roads Lead to the South rally at 1 p.m. If you care about justice, if you care about democracy, if you care about what's happening in this country, this is the place for you. Make no mistake, right? This moment is not about Black people. It's about all of us. Our show, it's about all of us. About Black people, it's about all of us. Our struggles may not always look the same, but what is true?
It's about all of us? Then how come all of them ain't doing it? You doing this off the names of Black Americans. You doing this based on our answer. It ain't about just Black folks. It's about all of us. There goes all the All Lives Matter people, y'all.
True is that our freedoms, our dignity, and our future depend on how we respond to this moment. Whether you're a brand new organizer or someone who's been fighting so long that you cannot believe that you actually have to do this shit again, we welcome you. So bring your friends, bring your family, bring a sign, bring some water, wear your comfortable shoes, and get ready to get into some good trouble with us on Saturday.
So last night during the content creator briefing, Tennessee Representative Justin Pearson really painted a picture about the march across the Selma Bridge. He let us know that while walking up the bridge, you can't see the other side of the bridge until you reach the very middle of it. And it wasn't until they reached the top of that bridge that our ancestors would bear witness to the potential hell that they would encounter at the end of the bridge. And when they saw the potential danger, they continued to march anyway. And now it's time for us to do the same. So this Saturday, we are back outside, but it's not a protest. It's an altar call.
Hey, y'all. I'm here right outside of the last campsite on the Selma to Montgomery Civil Rights Trail. And as someone born and raised in this city, I didn't think that we'd be seeing some of the things that I heard talked about from the elders who participated in that. But now, as mayor of the city of Montgomery, my hometown, we're right back to where they were. And so I want to encourage everybody to come to Montgomery on tomorrow as a start, not as a finish.
Stop. Family, this is how out of touch these people are. A damn Selma march in 2026. This is how far these people are back, y'all. They're gonna do it. I thought it was a joke. Fam, when Roland was out here talking about having a march, he wasn't gonna go. Walking, please. But fam, I thought it was a joke. I mean, I didn't really think they was gonna go do it. I literally was like, there's no way they're actually gonna go do it. I thought it was just this. Fam, they're scheduling a Selma. Why is like Selma always their go-to thing? Oh yeah, good trouble. Anytime something happens, they want to go into some good trouble. That's like their fallback. They have no new plans. They have not updated the game, fam. They still out here old and outdated and got no new plans, no new nothing. And y'all, the W said they coming too. Family, the W said they gonna be there as well. They are out here really trying to reenact Selma and the civil rights era. Look at this, family. The W's out here saying they gonna be there as well, including this person.
Learning about the civil rights movement, I always believed that I would have been on the right side of history. I would have done something. I would have been a freedom rider. I would have gone to help register voters. I would have done something. And nothing pisses me the fuck off more than seeing what's happening across the South with all of these states deciding to redistrict, to continue voter suppression, to ensure.
Chud the Scrub was in the South. How come you don't talk about that? Fam, notice everything I'm showing you is nothing about Chud the Scrub going around and harassing and targeting black folks. None of it, fam, it's all in the same time. It's all in the same day. How come you ain't seen nothing talking about him? He's in the same South that they talking about. All roads to the South. He was in the South calling black folks the N-word. No talk.
Sure, black people do not have the right to vote. All roads lead to the South. All roads lead to the South. All roads lead to the South. And so I will be doing something. On Saturday, I will be driving from Atlanta to Montgomery for the National Day of Action for Voting Rights. Because white folks, this is our fucking fight. Seeing Black elders having to fight for this again, something that they've already fought for, something that they've been fighting for, and their descendants, this isn't okay. We have...
No, the descendants want reparations. How come you ain't supporting that? How come you ain't supporting that there? Mayo, Melissa, where you at with it?
To match energy. It is our fights to fight. We can't sit aside and act like there's nothing that we can do. Be the change you wish to see in the world. If you thought that you would have done something in 1964, 1965, then do something now.
Well, and welcome to another episode of Today in History, because history is more important today than it's ever been. So let's talk about some things that happened on this day in the past, friend. It was today.
Fam, she messes up the day. She watch her mess up the damn day. She don't even know the date.
Day in the past, friend. It was today, March 15th in 1961, that the freedom rider, civil rights activists were fighting for what's right. Well, and welcome to another episode of Today in History, because history is more important today than it's ever been. So let's talk about some things that happened on this day in the past, friend. It was today, March 15th. And
March 15th? Family, she's really talking about May 15th. She don't even have her damn days correct. Man, these folks don't give a damn. All they want you to do is go vote Democrat. Fam, she didn't got the day right. All roads lead to the South, family. All roads lead to the South. That is not March 15th. That is for May 15th. She don't even know the damn date. This is what I'm saying, fam. They can't even get their script together. And she out here trying to talk all like a black woman. Well. I be seeing that one all around. Fam, this is what the shills are providing right there. There you go. These people ain't even got the dates right. She don't even know the right date. She like, March 15th. And she talking about May 15th. And literally at the bottom, it says all roads lead to the South, which is that day. So she don't even know what she's talking about. Neither did the last one or the one before that or any of them. This is how broke down, battered, bootleg, and broken all of them are. They don't know the dates. They don't know the time. They don't know anything that's going on. This all goes back to what foundational Black Americans have been calling out. We've been calling it out. And notice again, fam, still no talk about Chud the Scrub. Notice this, y'all. The only people who've been calling out, exposing, and checking Chud the Builder have been the FBA grassroots. It has completely been a blackout with everybody else. Nobody has said a word about it. The man was streaming. It was out there. They watch Black Alpha all the time. I've been checking them. They watch Tariq all the damn time. They be calling into all the lives and the spaces. How come they didn't catch that part? You know they watch us 24/7, 365 because they always come around and talk about FBA's a hate group. FBA's xenophobic. Y'all sound like MAGA. Y'all Russian bots. So you watch us all damn day long, but you ain't see us talking about Chud the Scrub. You ain't see none of that though, because you don't want to talk about it. Remember this, family. The Democrats need unalived Black people, and they don't have any right now. The Democrats need a Black American to be unalived by a supremacist so they can point to Donald Trump and the Republicans and they can get them some midterm votes. When it comes midterms or a general election, the Democrats go into a frenzy trying to see a Black person unalived. Why do you think they got to go back to Selma right now? Why do you think they got to go back 60 years? Some of them is going back hundreds of years to slavery. Why do you think they got to bring up slavery and Jim Crow? The reason why they got to bring those up is because they don't have any new cases of Black Americans getting unalived. One more time. They ain't got no new cases of Black Americans getting unalived, so they got to go all the way back 100 years ago. Why don't they have any cases of Black Americans getting unalived? Because the grassroots runs the motherfucking yard. That's why. Because the grassroots ain't going for it, and brothers and sisters is on their P's and Q's and standing on business and putting hands and feet on anybody who approaches the wrong way. We giving all the smoke. So by FBA and the grassroots standing on business, dishing out L's and checking people in real time, that's cutting off the Democrats' supply of black victimhood, because they need black victimhood. But black folks ain't no victims. We out here victimizing anybody who comes at us in a funny way. Remember that, y'all. That's the difference between now and then. Back in the old days, they would just go find them somebody else. Back in the old days, they say, hey, go through and find a black American that was harmed. Now they can't find none. So they got to go all the way back in time. Fam, we got the Democrats going back in a time machine to try to evoke some type of pain and suffering. Think about that, family. They are in a time machine searching for black American pain and suffering, because black Americans are out here on code, codified, and we checking any supremacist who pops up. So we ain't going to be on nobody's front page, and we ain't going to be on your campaign ad neither. But let me tell you what we going to be doing. We going to be standing on business. We going to be certified, and we going to be out here at the cookout, the family reunion, and line dancing. Remember, y'all, black American joy is what makes everybody so mad. And black American joy stops the Democrats from getting midterm votes, because they can't use our pain and suffering as some type of prop. We shutting it all down. And that's the difference between this era and eras before. These people can try it. They can try to run it, but it ain't going to work. And let me show y'all even further what I mean. Oh, man, we got these people all dazed and confused. Do you know they running around here now, y'all? And they're saying, where's the no vote crowd? Right here. We all here. We ain't went nowhere. See, they're trying to do the, I told y'all it was going to get bad. No, it's not. That's your delusion and fantasy. We over here better than ever. Look at this right here, fam. This is what I'm talking about. Look at these people. They really think they're going to try to trick us now.
Where the voting don't matter, crowd. No, seriously. Where they at? Because not too long ago, they was real loud. Don't vote. It don't change nothing. Black people don't get nothing out of it no way, right? But here's what's confusing me, and it could just be me. If voting doesn't matter, why is the government working overtime? I'm talking about 80 hours a week worth to stop black folks from voting. Why are polling locations being shut down? Why are IDs restricted? Why are district lines being redrawn? You don't fight that hard over something that's meaningless. You don't invest millions into suppressing something that doesn't have any power. So now I gotta ask, were y'all being misled?
Now I gotta ask, where your family from? Because family, yeah, you boy, I'm looking at the chat, boy, y'all too cold. You ain't like, y'all cold as hell, family. You seen it like I seen it. Since we asking questions, where your family from? And since we asking questions, where your hairline run to? Okay, since we talking now, because your hairline look like it just did the 40-yard dash backwards. That's what I'm wondering over here. Because I suspect that you're a tethercrat, and tethercrats get no respect from foundational black Americans. She out here talking about where we at. We right here. The hell you think? We right here, 10 toes down. You ain't heard? We right here. They acting like we went somewhere. We run the damn yard. It's all eyes on us. Ain't nobody watching you. No. First off, they can't see you because the damn light is reflecting off that damn noggin of yours, and it's blinding me. So beyond your hairline blinding me, you must not be able to see through them damn glasses neither. She over here looking like that gaggler. Gaggler tweaks. They looking the same way. Fam, they be running around here with no hairlines, big foreheads, glasses, and you can see through a damn map and talking about where y'all at. We right here. Where the hell you at? Where your family at? Where your mud hut? Where your mud pies? Where your mud cookies? Since we wearing, okay, and by the way, you ain't wearing them damn extensions good enough neither. Get your mind right.
Or were some of y'all just repeating what you were told? Because, baby, the math ain't mathing. Yeah. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't care. So again, come on out wherever you are. Because we're looking for an answer. Yeah. All right, good people. Drink your water. Stay rooted, real, and knowledgeable. And mind your black business. Where the voting don't matter.
All right, now, have your cake soap and eat your mud pie and stay knowledgeable. Because apparently you don't know what the hell you talking about. They out here now trying to run the game like, where we at? Man, we right here. We all in that fam. Fam, it was a month ago. I was at Kamala. I seen Kamala straight up. I checked Kamala Harris, fam. She ain't been the same since. What you mean where we at? You know where we are. Foundational Black Americans. Let me tell you what we ain't doing, fam. We ain't marching. We ain't singing. We ain't praying. Let me make this clear, okay, to the whole certified foundational Black American family, and we put it all on 10, okay? Us being on code and us being certified, that does more than us ever voting for the Democratic Party. Remember that. That brother in Tennessee did more for setting the precedence of you don't F with Black Americans more than the Democrats have done their whole existence. The brothers and sisters in Montgomery, same thing. Mississippi, same thing. Cincinnati, they understand the assignments. Same thing. And Black Americans all across the country are letting it be known. Fam, do you see what happens when we take matters into our own hands? We don't rely on a political system that denounces us, that ignores us, that targets us or harasses us or turns a blind eye while others are doing the same exact thing. Because remember, y'all, the Republicans attack Black Americans and the Democrats turn their eye as it happens because they're supremacist twins. Remember that. So the fact that foundational Black Americans, we've been taking matters into our own hands and things been moving along very, very swiftly. We ain't been out there asking the Democrats for reparations. We've been demanding it. The reparations conversation is taking off. We ain't been asking Democrats to come and save us so y'all can write us some type of law that we know you're not going to get around to. We just been saying, well, F you, we're going to do what we want to do any goddamn way. We are protecting ourselves. And that's what it's always been about, brothers and sisters. It's always been about us taking matters into our own hands. Y'all, they refuse to write us an anti-Black American hate crime protection, even though we have been historically, by a long margin, the #1 hate crime victims. And they just refuse and deny to write us a hate crime protection. So we're just protecting ourselves. Simple as that. Brothers and sisters got their hand game good, their feet game good, their power tool game good, everything good. GOOD, baby. And since we've been on that type of style, we've been winning. Notice this, y'all. When we were waiting for the Democrats, you got all these Black folks who were being unjustly taken out. Since we've been handling business ourselves, you got Black Americans who've been checking people and regulating people. So we're going further, standing on business and holding ourselves down. But that has always been historically the foundational Black American way. This is why the new Hidden Colors talks about our resistance. And our resistance right now is in full speed. We're not waiting for hate crime protection. We're protecting our own families. And if you look in the streets and you look at the results, Black Americans is winning that one. They can't touch us in that. Y'all go ahead and ask Chud what it was to pull out a pew pew and still get pat. That's the Black American way. Y'all just seen that story with them Black American brothers that went into the store and snatched up that guy who was running around trying to pew pew people. Again, you name it, fam. You got more stories now. Again, Mississippi, Cincinnati, you see Montgomery, Alabama. You see all across the country. Fam, there's a lot more that's popping up of Black Americans winning than you see of Black Americans losing. You know what I'm saying? We've replaced a lot of the unalivings with a lot of brothers and sisters thriving and surviving. Because remember, y'all, when we're satisfied, the Democrats are terrified. When the Democrats are terrified, we're satisfied. So do you see the way the game is going, y'all? It's all going in our direction. That's why I tell everybody, you're right now witnessing the best era and generation of foundational Black American existence of all time. And it's supposed to be that way because we're supposed to get better. And that's exactly what we've been doing, getting better, y'all. And let me show y'all how better we've got. Everybody talking about voting, right? You need to go vote. Family, I showed y'all just a few days ago that Black lady who's talking about she don't want to go vote because what the vote is going to provide for her is nothing. Fam, and I mean this, and I'm putting this on everything. Everybody now is talking like us. See, what they're afraid of and terrified of is our influence. Our influence is making everybody start to look at the voter process as the sham that it is. And our influence now has everybody talking about not voting. Let me tell you something. They didn't mind when it was just us talking about no tangibles, no vote. Now you're starting to see a lot of people question the voting process. The voting process right now is being questioned because everybody's talking like us. Look around. People now are talking about delineating. People now are starting to say, hey, these Africans and Jamaicans and Haitians and Mexicans and Cubans and Puerto Ricans, they don't ever benefit black folks. Everybody now is starting to question all of the groups that we've been questioning. Black Americans have the most influence of anybody in the world. It ain't just singing and dancing, family. It's political as well. It's social as well. Every single aspect of life, Black Americans dominate. So now you got a lot of people who said they've been voting Democrat their whole life. And now they're looking at the vote and saying, I don't think I'm going to vote this time around. Where they get that from? Where they get that from, family? Us. They didn't get that from Roland Martin. They didn't get that from Van Jones or Broken Buck Kari Sellers. They didn't get it from them. They're the vote blue no matter who crowd. Now you're starting to see the no tangibles, no vote crowd. Watch this right here. This woman has been talking about being a 92%er, voting her whole life. Now she's saying she don't want to vote because nobody's worthy. Fam, last week it was the lady talking about delineating, so she don't want to vote. Now it's this woman saying they ain't giving us nothing, so no vote. But it always goes back to FBA.
You know what? There's never been a year that I have not voted. Ever. I was born in the 60s. I'm going to be 61 years old this month. I believe in voting. But here in California, after that debate that I seen last night, and just reading up on the candidates and trying to study them, there is nobody. This is one time that I can say that there is absolutely nobody that I will vote for that is running.
The 92%ers ain't supposed to be saying that. They supposed to be marching. You ain't marching? I thought you was going to march from California all the way to Alabama. No? Damn. Ain't that something crazy, family? Looking very, very the same way. Absolutely. I see you in the chat. I understand. Georgia the same way. She's saying it, talking about California, and I see people saying that right here in Georgia. Talked to somebody earlier, said the same thing in Florida. Talked to my people in Ohio, said the same exact thing up in the OA's dime. All across the nation, people are starting to question the voting process. Who they get that from? If your answer is FBA, then you correct.
So what do I do in a situation like that? Nobody on that stage deserves to be governor of California.
Damn!
Not one of them could tell us what they intend on doing about our taxes.
Damn!
About the gas taxes. We pay the highest amount of taxes in the country.
Woo!
But we are the fourth largest economy in the world. They can't tell us what they're going to do about our educational system.
Whoa!
Unless you live in a super rich area or your kid is in private school, California is ranking towards the bottom of education, and that should not be, not with the taxes that we pay.
Damn!
It's shameful for me to say that I may not vote.
Whoa! Family! When have you ever heard this other than when foundational Black Americans stepped into place? Don't let nobody tell you the grassroots don't run everything. Pillar to post, inside out, up, down, and all around, fam. This is all because of us. FBA fingerprints are on everything. They're not talking like vote blue no matter who. They talking like certified Black society. This is why they're afraid. This is why they're scared. This is why they stalk us. They have surveillance on us. They watch our words and watch our terms. This is why they be in our chat, because they know that if certified Black society starts reaching people like her, where does it stop? Where does it end? It ends with delineation, regulating, separating, get you your reparations. Tell them more, sister.
Who do we have running for these offices?
It's a crying shame that we have no politicians that are for and about the people and about their states. And I'm not even talking on a federal level. I'm talking about just your state. I'm talking about just your state. I don't think I'm voting, and that's a damn shame.
Woo!
You know what?
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Talk, sister. She look good too. You very, very pretty, just like a foundational Black American. Very, very much so. Family, 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 family. You know, black don't crack, beige don't age, baby. And brown make them bow down. There they go. Listen, this is why they're afraid. The reason why they're so scared, family, because everything is about influence. We influence America. We influence the world. Everybody knows that the grassroots has always influenced more than everybody else. The establishment cannot see the grassroots right now. Brother Malcolm X, he said it best. He said they try to get people who are a part of the establishment to come on in and stop the grassroots. But do you know the answer they got? They said, we can't stop the grassroots. They said, why? They said, we can't stop it because we ain't started. Family, you can't stop something that you ain't start. The grassroots came exactly from that. The roots, the foundational Black American root work, all right here in the soul, family, that feeling you feel in your chest, that feeling you feel when you check somebody, regulate somebody, and tell them they better take 10 steps backwards while we stand 10 toes down. Big difference, y'all. Let me make this clear. The Montgomery, Alabama boat brawl, that had more influence than Selma, Alabama marching. Do you see the way the tide is turning? I told everybody, y'all, this is a generational shift. We're living in a generational shift. We have more influence than all of these people. The average foundational Black American, brother, sister, young, old, Gen X, or millennial, Gen Z, baby boomer, they talk like how we talk. We don't talk like them. This is why they're petrified and terrified. This is why they're so desperate, broke down and bootleg, because they understand, where does it stop? Where does this FBA grassroots influence stop? It doesn't stop. It only gets bigger and bigger. How do you know it gets bigger? Because it's bigger today than it was last year. And it'll be bigger tomorrow than it is right now. And by the end of this summer, family, it's going to be out of this world. This is why everybody's afraid. This is why they spend countless time, countless hours. They make up lies that don't get off the ground. They got no traction, no motion. Anything they say, it keeps on failing because FBA's dishing out them L's, y'all. And we the winners in the winner's circle. That's where we stand. So when you got people like her saying things like people like us say, that's not supposed to happen. They spend millions and billions of dollars to prevent that. I want you to think about this, fam. What you seen her saying, they spend billions of dollars for her not to say that. But we get her to talk like us for free. So as I tell people all the time, if the best things in life were free, family, then being us is priceless. And if we affect it like that, then what happens to the young folks coming up? See, anytime you can affect the older generation, that completely gives them nightmares because they know that it's much easier to affect the younger generation. See, to change an old mind is one thing, but to change an older mind, that flips the game up, family. What they always say, it's easier to create a person who's unbroken than to fix somebody who's already been broken. So if we can change the minds of the older generation that's been vote blue no matter who, your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote, family, then the 15 and the 16 and the 17 and the 20-year-old, they coming over here. As a matter of fact, they're not even taking a stop on that Democratic plantation. They walking right into certified Black society. You see why they scared now? You see why they scared now, family? You see why they watch us every time we say something? They follow us everywhere we go. You see why? Because of that right there. And when foundational Black Americans start making these moves that we've been making, and we've been doing it with style and fashion and grace, and individuals are talking like us, fam, it doesn't just stop there. Oh no, there's a lot more of that energy that's taken over, and it's going all the way across. I mean, if you notice, fam, and I'm just gonna keep it all the way live. Notice whenever you see those people talking reckless, whenever you see them talking reckless, notice they don't ever really have any likes or anything. You ever notice that, family? They never have likes. They have 2 likes. No one really likes what they say. We always go viral. People are always watching us, our lingo, our wordplay. Everybody talks about delineating now. You're hearing the term foundational pop up. When's the last time you heard anybody talking about Selma other than the Democratic Shield? When was the last time anybody said person of color other than the Democratic Shield? Nobody's running around here talking like them. Everybody's too busy trying to look like us. And that's exactly the way the game goes. And let me tell you something else, family. A lot of these damn tethers are out here, and these tethers are looking at the Democratic Party, and they're upset because the Democrats can't protect them from our delineating. Oh, fam, when we're not just influencing people, we're doing what we should always do. We're creating rifts in these other communities. Oh, yeah. I seen a tether came out the other day. And a tether, this is a straight up tether. And he was like, Chuck Schumer lied. We do have our right to vote. See, the tethers now are upset because the Democrats were supposed to protect the tethers from delineation. Remember, Joe Biden brought all these tethers in to replace us. And we ain't been replaced. So now the tethers are real upset at the Democratic Party. You know what I'm over here doing, y'all? I'm popping popcorn. It's going to be tether on Democrat crime by the end of this summer. And I'm going to be over here laughing. Watch this.
All right, let me say this while I'm driving, right? If everything our Democrats say and liberals say that because of the Supreme Court decision on these voting rights and gerrymandering and stuff, right? We are losing our rights to vote. And everything that Chuck Schumer say and all the Democrat senators say, this is Jim Crow 2.0 with everything that's going on, right? We lose our rights to vote. When Trump came in, women would lose their rights to vote if Trump was president. Black people and brown people would lose their rights to vote if Trump was president. Hold on, wait a minute. Do we have election season now? Black and brown people, women, are you able to vote? So if you're able to vote now, black and brown people and women, that means what Chuck Schumer and every Democrat told you, even after the Supreme Court stuff came down, it's a fucking lie. Even after the Supreme Court stuff came down, it's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie.
Uh-oh. Are you realizing you a broken tether? He a broken tether, y'all. And man, let me tell you, fam, I don't even see a hairline. What I said, man, his beard got a tether hairline. What the hell? Fam, the tethers are hurt. The tethers is hurt. Because he's over there saying, what is happening? I was supposed to be the black man. I was supposed to be certified. And the black folks are still here. And I get deported. You lie, Chuck Schumer. You lie, Kamala. You lie, Joe Biden. Yep. And that's the reason why. Fam, the tethers is mad. The tethers understand that bill of goods they got sold, they can't get a refund now. And notice he said our Democratic Party. And he said black and brown 30 times. Fam, the tethers are now realizing that the Democrats ain't got no control. And once we broke the Democratic Party, we broke their tether tools with them.
All right, let me say this while I'm driving, right? If everything our Democrats say and liberals say that because of the Supreme Court.
This man said our Democrats. Notice he said ours.
Our Democrats say and liberals say that because of the Supreme Court decision on these voting rights and gerrymandering and stuff, right? We are losing our rights to vote. And everything that Chuck Schumer say and all the Democrat senators say, this is Jim Crow 2.0.
Losing your right to vote. You losing your right to be in America.
So if you're able to vote now, black and brown people and women, that means what Chuck Schumer and every Democrat told you, even after the Supreme Court stuff came down, it's a fucking lie. Even after the Supreme Court stuff came down, it's a fucking lie.
Oh, man. This is such a glorious day. Oh, it's glorious day, family. Oh, the tethers is mad now. The tethers is mad all the way live, family. Shout out. I believe we got Texas and Los Angeles just pulled into the building. Shout out to you. The DMV just walked in here to you. Shout out to you as well, family. Much love and respect. Fam, the tethers is mad now. Oh, it's going to be some tether on Democrat crime real soon. Yep, because they ain't got no protection. And that's what it is, man. Don't be mad at black Americans. We told y'all this was going to happen. Now they're just finding out the hard way what we already knew all day. And that is time is up. They running out of time and you got to go. So family, when we tell these people that, they got to go and these things are here and they're here to stay, because this isn't going to change. This ain't going to change. And I'm going to tell you why tethers are sweating. Fam, can we talk about this real quick? Let's go down the line real quick. Let me tell you why tethers are very afraid. A lot of the events that have been occurring over the last week with the voter rights and the redistricting of the maps in the Supreme Court that came out and said you can't racially divide things, a lot of that has the tethers afraid because they understand birthright citizenship is going to come up to the Supreme Court here in about 2 months. I believe late June, early July, before the Supreme Court takes their break. That's when you're going to get that announcement. That's why the tethers are petrified, y'all. Yes, the tethers are very afraid because they're looking and saying, wait. If the Republicans and the Supreme Court are siding with each other against the redistricting or for the redistricting, then it's going to be a problem. That's what's got the tethers so afraid. Man, the tethers right now, they've been kind of laying low. Y'all notice the tethers been kind of laying low lately? Y'all notice that, fam? The tethers been kind of hiding. They ain't really been coming out. The tethers don't really want to say much. Tethers are afraid right now because they understand that if the Republicans in the Supreme Court can do what they're doing with gerrymandering, then they can do the same thing to the 14th Amendment. And Donald Trump pulling those strings is making them even more frightful. They're very, very afraid of what's going to go on and what's happening right now. That's why the tethers have been very damn quiet as of late. And that tether is just the first tether to pop out and say something because he was just so afraid that he needed to speak on it. He needed to say something. And it's only going to get worse for them. And fam, speaking of worse, man, we talk about these tethers and we talk about how afraid they are and some of the stuff going on across the globe. Do y'all see what's going on still over there in Tetherville of Africa? See, this is what they're afraid to have to go back home to because they're over there just getting mollywopped left and right. The 14th Amendment is about to send their ass home. No more tether anchor babies. I mean, they just ain't got nothing, fam. Let me show you guys this. Did y'all see this over there? Family, hold on to your hats. Y'all see what they doing over there in Africa still, family? Y'all remember that little W boy that was over there in South Africa, and he was the leader of their tribe, and he was basically on command telling all of them to jump on one leg? More footage just came out of over there, and this is more reason why we delineate over here. Watch this. Oh. Fam, I wish this was AI, but it ain't. This is real. This is a W boy. Look at all these big grown-ass African dudes over there. And they wonder why they're getting colonized and wonder why the tethers is afraid to go back home. No. Family, look at this. This is why we delineate. Stop! No, fam. This is it. It's over with. Fam, enjoy being the FBA. Enjoy it now, please, because it gets no worse than this. I'm sorry, fam. This man out there on some Tarzan. This is Jesus Tarzan to them. That's it. I can't. No, we're not going to do this. Black Americans, we're not going to do this. But that's what they be doing. And this is why we be over here standing on business and we don't want none of them. See, we don't want nobody in our business because we know everybody else is just out of business, right? We don't need anybody in our business who acts like that. It's very, very smart for us to delineate. Delineation saved the nation, okay? Delineation kept everybody away. They over there doing that right now. Over there doing that right now. Proudly, too. Proudly. And that's a child. Fam, so you have a W child leading African men while the African kids dance with the W child who's leading their parents. What the hell do you think them kids is going to think about their parents when their parents was out there dancing and doing the damn Mutombo two-step? Okay? The Lumbumba slide. All right? The Lumbumba slide ain't working, okay? But apparently it works for them. So everything that works for them don't work for us, and that's why they ain't like us, and that's why we are over here. Sad. And sad part is, man, they'll come over here and start talking that we all black, brother. We all black. See, this is why tethers are upset and they're afraid. I want everybody to notice. Black Americans have been checking all ops. And I'm always stressing that point. We've been checking all ops. Anybody who is in opposition to foundational Black Americans or anybody who has any type of funny style ways and how they come at us, we check one and it's been a domino effect. I mean, the tethers done got that smoke. The Democratic Plantation done got that smoke. The Republicans done got that smoke. Let's be honest with you, fam. You really want to go there. The Tethercrats on the Democrat side and the Tether Publicans, because they got a lot as well. They've been getting that smoke. So everybody's been getting it. And that's what they rightfully deserve. They all rightfully deserve that, fam. Because one thing we're not going to do as certified FBA is sit back and watch that type of behavior. That need not apply and need not come around us at all. And there's been a lot of really, really weird things that's been going on out here in the United States of America. Things that, we ain't rocking with and we ain't going for it all. How many of you guys seen this right here? And this is why we're going to be on code all throughout the summer. Y'all look at y'all screen. Did y'all see this right here, family? Tell me y'all seen this right here. A damn Juneteenth Pan-African gala. They ain't even having a festival, fam. A Juneteenth Pan-African. Knowing damn well that ain't got nothing to do with certified foundational Black Americans. And there they go again. And that's why we say deportations all across the nation, because we ain't playing. You see what these people be on, y'all? You see this right there? And they know damn well it ain't got nothing to do with foundational Black America. No. And when they come around us and we don't let them ride and they can't get no type of foundational Black American assistance, it's going to be because of stuff like that. So I want all of them to remember, you wanted to go ahead and play the game. You thought it was funny. So go ahead and have fun. Family over there with some damn Jollof. Some Jollof. And y'all know damn well Juneteenth right around the corner. They're going to pull the same thing that they pull every Juneteenth. And we're going to pull the same thing we do all the damn time. Regulating. No, we ain't helping you. You can help yourself. You can help yourself. Ain't nothing else. FBA ain't going for none of that. That ain't got nothing to do with certifieds. Black Americans, we pull our name completely out of that one. That's y'all. Have that. Say, fam, hey, remember, they can do this all they want to. Go ahead. I want you to have it. Have all your little Juneteenth celebrations, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to have. A bunch of foundational Black Americans, and we're going to be doing some deportation celebrations. Fam, should we have National Deportation Day? I think that would be a great idea. How y'all feel about that one? I think we should have National Deportation Day where Black Americans celebrate the fact that we can get these people deported and they got to go home. That would be a wonderful time where we could just get together, fam. We can have some soul food while they have Jollof, and we can have National Deportation Day, and we can just watch them, folks. We can sit back and watch deportation videos. We can celebrate the 14th Amendment. I think that's what we should do as foundational Black Americans. Y'all got any suggestions for the day that should be? What would be a great day? Maybe Juneteenth. Maybe we should do it on Juneteenth, fam. Because think about it, y'all. Y'all notice Cinco de Mayo? That stuff don't be hitting like it used to for them. Notice Cinco de Mayo, they don't even be outside. Fam, Cinco de Mayo, I forgot all about it. I forgot all about Cinco de Mayo. Remember a couple years ago when they was trying to make that like an unofficial American holiday and people was out there getting drunk? Soon as Donald Trump became president, you ain't heard nothing about no damn Cinco de Mayo no more. They was like, nah, we gonna stay in the house because they ain't gonna put their location out for Tom Homan to roll up. I think we should do the same thing with National Deportation Day. How about, I'm not even lying, I was kind of just playing in the beginning, but I ain't playing no damn more. I think we should do Juneteenth / National Deportation Day. I bet they won't be having any of these celebrations. I bet they won't come outside. If you ever don't want them to come outside, just put deportation in it. And that will stop them from coming outside because, you know, they may leave with them cuffs on. So I believe Juneteenth should be like / National Deportation Day. We should just do it together. It could be one big celebration, fam. Black Americans, we celebrate Juneteenth and celebrate Black Americans down in Texas getting their freedom or acknowledging their freedom. And then we could celebrate, you know, them folks going back and being freed back in their homeland. Fam, we're freeing people. This is when we don't get our credit enough. We got to be honest, man. Calling ICE and getting these people deported, that's really freeing them. You know, they always talk about slavery and how they helped us so much. Technically, fam, we're freeing these people. We have freed more illegals than the Union during the Civil War. It's time Black Americans get recognized for our civic duty, for our philanthropy, for our activism, and how we've been saving and freeing all of these illegals and sending them back home. I mean, we sent them to Jamaica, we sent them to Haiti, we sent them to Mexico. We're sending them places that a lot of us have never been. I mean, how much more heartfelt can that be? You don't need an amnesty group. Just call ICE. We're reuniting families, little Julio, big Selena, little Selena, refrigerator hips. I mean, we're putting the refrigerator and the hips back together. Foundational Black Americans deserve way more credit, and I will not tolerate my lineage being disrespected for all the civic duty we do when we call ICE and sending all these people back home. They've got a family waiting for them. They've got a family waiting for them back home. And that family has told me personally that they want to be reunited with their illegal immigrant compadre, their hombre, and I'm just doing my duty by putting them back together, fam. I mean, didn't we do the same thing with the Siberians? Fam, we've connected the illegal Julios with the Julios in Mexico. We've connected the illegal Mutombos with the Mutombos back in Africa. And we've connected the Siberians and their long-lost cousins, the $2 Tontos. Fam, that's Lumbumba and Julio, Mutombos. We put them all together. I mean, Tonto, I mean, damn. Black Americans, man, we need to get our credit out here in these streets. And I will not sit back and allow my people to be ridiculed with all the damn work we're doing, fam. It's a charity, fam. It's a charity service. That's a great idea. One of my brothers and sisters, how about you guys start a charity fund for all of the illegals who go back home? It could be a tax write-off. And because you say, hey, man, we can do commercials and everything. My brother, Black Truth United, he been doing commercials. Just I called ICE and reconnected people and sent them back home. And it was just a great time. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting families together, y'all. I mean, think about it. When they flee to America, they break up their families. When we call ICE and get them deported, we reconnect their families. We're doing more good for them than they're doing for themselves. And this is the thanks we get. You are a very, very selfish Mutombo. You're very, very selfish Julio. And you're a very, very selfish Mr. Tonto. And you better get your act together. Because we FBA and we don't give up. Because we ain't going nowhere. Fam, let me show you something else, fam. Did somebody, hold on, what you say? Oh, okay, somebody said ICE Airlines. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, we out here connecting families. You know what I'm saying? Aladdin and his rug. I heard they're going back over there too. I mean, goddamn. Let's just get it popping in these streets since we get it popping all the time. Family, if you look at right now, Foundational Black Americans and the business that we've been standing on and the principles that we've been pushing, it has been completely untouchable. I mean, untouchable, poetic. So therefore, fam, they've been coming out here with all these type of ways to get Foundational Black Americans off. Did you guys see the video that came out in Tennessee where the Black people were running up on the politicians and they were talking about how y'all not going to redistrict us? There's something that I wanted to touch on and break down about that, family, as we, have a moment of silence for Julio going back home. Okay, moment of silence. All right, good. He's back home. Let me show y'all this. Did y'all see this right here, family? Right here, somebody said freeze tag. Boy, that's funny. Damn, y'all cold in the streets and it's good out here. Let me show y'all this video with these people in Tennessee. And I'm going to break down something that I want you guys to notice. Remember, y'all, there's a lot of agitators out here. Watch this.
Come on! Don't run! Shit y'all pay! Don't run! Look at him! Look at him! Tight suit ass nigga! You think you done did some shit? Bald head! Baby booty head ass boy! Come on, honey! Long neck ass boy! Titty face ass boy! You think you done did something, don't you? Come on, pop rock, skittle face ass nigga! Look at him! Jimmy Neutron looking at boy! You think you did something, didn't it, boy? Look at him, long pass ass, little shoes ass nigga! What's up?
Stop. Fam, I didn't like this. I didn't like this, fam. This wasn't, no. I didn't like this at all. I'm going to tell you why here in a minute, fam. This isn't good. This isn't good. They're trying to get, again, to the theme of the broadcast, they're trying to get Black Americans to crash out. Okay, yeah, exactly. I see you on the chat. This ain't really where it's at right here, fam. This ain't where it's at. This ain't good energy right here. I'm going to point out why.
What's up? Say something. Say something. We guys out in that. Look at him. Your ass don't look a day over 140. Ugly face ass, yo, nigga. Your ass one step away from the grave, my boy. What's up, man? Don't fuck with him. Get him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. He too gotta move. He too gotta move.
You look hostile. You look very hostile, fam. This ain't activism. This is not, look, you got your finger in this man's face and you're consistently saying hit him. That is not good aesthetics. Yeah, absolutely, family. Absolutely. That is off-code behavior. Very off. There's nothing good comes out of this. This makes the movement look bad. I'm denouncing it. This ain't grassroots. This has nothing to do with the foundational Black American grassroots, who I refer to as certified Black society. None of this, family. And notice this person's over here kikiing and ha-haing. This is real funny. This ain't good. This looks hostile.
Get him! Hit him! Hit him! Hit him! Hit him! Bitch, you gotta move! Bitch, you gotta move, man! You gotta move, man! You gotta move, boy! You gotta move, boy! He's touching me! He's touching me! You gotta move, boy! You gotta move, boy! You gotta move, bitch! Big ass bitch! Go, boy! Go, boy! Go, boy! Who? What you gonna do? Who you gonna get your ass out of here? Who you gonna get your ass out of here? Get your ass out of here! Bitch! You gotta save him! You gotta save him! Protecting him, look at you! How the fuck you go home to your family at night doing this, nigga? Fuck you talking about? Jimmy Neutron.
Then you calling him the N-word? You all in his face? Be honest with you, and the damn W's are walking. Don't let these Democrats gas you up, y'all. This is what I'm saying. This is what I was telling everybody. There is a concentrated effort to get us to crash out because they're crashing out. This is not good. This is terrible.
Looking at it, boy. Screw y'all. Screw y'all in that shit y'all pay. Screw y'all. Screw y'all. Screw y'all in that shit y'all pay. Come on.
Okay. No. That's bad news, fam. Bad news all the way across the board. We don't support that. Yeah, that's very ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You're yelling, you're putting your finger, you're the aggressor, you're hostile. What's happening now, family, and remember I showed you earlier, all of the stuff with Chud the Scrub, no talk about that. But the Democrats right now have a concentrated effort to try to get Black Americans gassed up by provoking and invoking all of the civil rights and the Jim Crow and the slavery and all of their rhetoric, because they want you to go out there and crash out. That's what they want. Notice they'll never do that, family. You'll never see them doing any of that. How come nobody's doing that for reparations? How come nobody's doing that for an anti-Black American hate crime protection? You're doing that because the Democrats told you. Those are Democratic shields, and they'll go get some of the most ignorant folks and put them on camera to have that done. And that right there is what we denounce. We're not running around here wild and out of control, all right? And first off, the voter rights situation, that's not a situation to even have that type of velocity for, okay? That is a type of situation that you handle as a professional. You handle that professionally. All that jumping on tables and chairs, you're seeing a lot of rhetoric come from the Democratic Party that whenever the grassroots does something, they got such an issue with it, okay? We denounce all of that. That's bad news. I don't respect that at all. You're going to F around and you're going to get a damn hate crime charge. And you're going to go to damn jail. Okay, that's what's going to happen. That's Black Lives Matter stuff. Because there's a lot of activists out here. And that's some real Black Lives Matter type behavior. That's what they're really trying to do. Remember Black Lives Matter was doing that? You remember when Black Lives Matter pulled up? And they'd be out there screaming, saying all types of ignorant stuff. They'd be dancing, twerking, all types of foolishness that they would be out there doing. Yeah, we're not doing none of that. And then let me say this, family. Let me say this. And I say this personally. This coming from Black Alpha personally. You notice how when that Justin dude got in the face of the agent, or not the agent, of the sheriff or whatever the hell it was? Remember how he got in his face and he started saying, boy, and he's yelling at him? The Democrats was applauding that. Think about this, family. Think about this. It was a security guy. When that Justin fake Afro guy got in the face of the security guard and he started yelling at him, saying, boy, and pointing his finger at him, the Democrats applauded it and loved it. When these people right here were yelling and cursing and getting all in them individuals' face, the Democrats applauded it. But when Black Alpha stood up and told Kamala Harris that I demand cash payment reparations, I was public enemy number one. You notice that, family? So this ain't really got anything to do with any form of true activism. This is, you don't like it when the grassroots stands on business, but you love it when somebody is pushing the Democratic agenda. I didn't use profanity. I didn't hurl any insults at Kamala. I wasn't loud. I spoke at the same regular tone. And when the crowd got loud, I raised my voice over them. I didn't get real buck. There was no ruckus from Black Alpha, neither with my brother Marcel. When we were asked to leave, we left accordingly, walked right on out. Actually said nice words to the lady of the security guard. You could hear it on the camera. The camera was rolling. You guys notice how much I was public enemy number one? There's 100 videos right now on YouTube with people getting mad at Black Alpha. There's 1 million more on TikTok, people getting mad at Black Alpha. People was getting mad at Black Alpha on Twitter and on Instagram. I was the talk of the town, and I didn't say anything of profanity. I didn't curse not one time. I didn't say any bad terms to Kamala. There was no threats. There was no form of physical altercation. And I left immediately when it was said. I came there, stood on business as a foundational Black American businessman. I exercised a constitutional right of freedom of speech, just like Chud the Scrub did, right? It's funny how Chud the Scrub can say the N-word, and that's okay because it's freedom of speech. When Black Alpha stands up and says, I demand cash payment reparations based on my ancestors, it was such a dreaded thing, family. I'm public enemy number one right now from the Democratic Party, okay? There's nobody that the Democrats can't stand more than Black Alpha. Extremely viral. And I didn't do anything wrong. But yet people go out there with that type of ignorance and foolishness, and they're over there loving it and laughing it and clapping. So it goes to show you, family, it really wasn't about Black Alpha being wrong now, was it? It was really about Black Alpha standing for Black American people. And you love it when people stand for the Democratic agenda. Black American living, breathing human beings? Bad. Democratic agenda? Good. So the Democrats can be angry, they can be ignorant, they can be vulgar, they can curse, use profanity, and the Democrats love that. Black Alpha stands up for Black American human beings in a very professional manner, and I'm public enemy number one. Well, damn it, I wear it good too, baby, and I'm going to continue to wear it good. And by the way, rest in peace to Aaliyah. Much love and respect. Fam, look at this right here. Everybody look at this. Watch this person, whoever this person is. They say the hood is outside. So now they're trying to get Black Americans entrapped. I want you to remember that, family. They're trying to get Black Americans entrapped. Absolutely. Southern gentlemen. Appreciate the love. Watch this.
They should have left them alone. Now the hood is involved. We're up against fighters. They're not afraid of you. And you can take everything away from them. You have more to lose than they do, and that's a fact. And they're going to push you to the brink. Look how upset.
You got more to lose than they do? Listen, fam, look at her face. Boy, that's devious, boy. Boy, I'm telling you, boy. Look how devious she looks. They got a lot to lose. You don't run up on state legislators and put your finger in their face and say, hit them. You don't talk like that. That can be perceived as hostile. You can go to jail. You trying to get a RICO? Look at this right here, family. This individual is egging it on. This individual is trying to egg this whole situation on. No. They got a lot to lose, okay? Like family, Like you're going to jail if you have children. Mom ain't going to be there. Look at these Democrats. Look at this face, y'all. Horrible.
More to lose than they do, and that's a fact. And they're going to push you to the brink. Look how upset these people were. No. They were pissed. They wanted to do something and they couldn't. You kept pushing. And now you're going to get pushed back.
No. Now you're going to get pushed back. Brothers and sisters, do you know how that's going to sound in the courtroom? Brothers and sisters, do you know how that will sound in the courtroom? You don't talk about pushing back no damn authorities. You don't use that rhetoric and that language. And then to sit there and say, they got nothing to lose. We all have something to lose. Our freedom, being away from our families, our rights. You don't sit there and say nothing like that. This is what I'm talking about with the Democrats, fam. Again, Black Alpha stands on business, lineage, does nothing wrong, and completely operates as a member of society. They couldn't stand me. This is Black Alpha right there, family. Look at this me. Look at that. Rose back, talking, using my words, nothing wrong, nothing foul, left accordingly, and stood on my civic duty for the lineage, heritage, and culture. That's real activism, okay? Yelling and cursing and all of that, horrible. So family, let me ask you a question. How in the world is that right there considered wrong and public enemy, but yet this right here is something they laugh at?
And you can take everything away from them. You have more to lose than they do, and that's a fact. And they're going to push you to the brink. Look how upset these people were. They were pissed. They wanted to do something and they couldn't. You kept pushing, and now you're going to get pushed back.
Watch this, family. I went into the comment section, and I want you guys to look at the comment section. Look at all of these mayos agging this on, fam. Now here goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of the broadcast. Here comes the mayos agging this on. This made me so happy. The Jimmy Neutron comment took me out. Look at the next one. Love this energy. Keep it strong, Memphis. We're with you up here in New Jersey. How come y'all wasn't with Black Alpha? What about my brother Melrose? Melrose didn't use any bad language. Look how bad they came at Melrose and Black Alpha for using our regular constitutional rights in clean language. How come you didn't love this? Look how much support the ignorance gets, and look how much anger being civil gets. Watch this even further, fam. More males. Look at this. Whoever she is in the video, I love her. Right there. Look at this, fam. One of the W's freeze frame the finger in the guy's face. That's going to be used in the courtroom. Look at this. Look at this right here. That'll be used right there in the courtroom when they talk about you getting a damn RICO. As a Gen Xer, this warms my heart. Wow. You see how these Democrats and these Mayo Democrats want Black Americans to crash out and go to jail? They're not going to put money on your books when you go to jail. When they come and CPS takes your damn kids away from you because mommy was threatening senators, they're not going to put money on your books. This is what the Democrats do. The Black politicians crash out, and they want Black citizens to crash out. You'll never see Chuck Schumer doing this. You'll never see Elizabeth Warren. Where are they at right now? Nowhere to be found. Further, finger pointing is top tier. I love her. How come the W's love you when you do something like this? They don't love Black folks when we walking down the street. They don't love Black folks when we getting lynched. They don't love Black folks when we getting unalive. They don't love Black folks when we trying to feed our family, but they'll love you for this here? This is entrapment by the Democrats, aka the Demon Rats. Go Memphis. This is the energy we all need to be using. Look at this one. Rise up, people. F MAGA. Look at that. Oh, it's about to get worse, fam. Oh, it's about to get worse. Look at this. I hope each one tells 5 friends to register to vote. So they want me to go get 5 of my Black friends so all of us Blackies can go to jail. Oh, this is what they do, fam. Go Memphis. There they go. Even more. Watch this. Look at that right there. Right there, fam. Look at your screen. Look at your screen, black folks. That's the person who said they love this energy and they want black folks to crash out. Black Alpha got all the receipts, all the details, all the nuances, all the facts. Because we in here live tonight. Look at that right there, family. That right there is the individual who literally sat there and said they want black folks to go out there and do that. Do you see who are the people trying to get black Americans jammed up? Do you see the people who want black Americans to crash out for voter rights so Democrats can get more jobs and maintain their power? Look at this right here. That don't represent me. That don't represent you. That don't represent us. That represents a whole nother community. That's the Starburst community. That's the punk community. But notice the Starburst and the punk, they don't go do this. They want black folks to do this in the name of the punk. They want us to do this in the name of the Skittles. They want us to do this in the name of the fruit cup. But they'll never go out there and do that. This is the Democrat. Fam, let me slow down. Furthermore, watch this, fam. It don't stop. It don't stop. No,
Memphis,
no.
they should have left them alone.
Watch this even more. Look at that. Right there. Look at this. Memphis native. I got to calm down because they think they slick, family. Watch this. Look at that right there, y'all. There goes another one. Look at that one right there, dog. There it is, dog. Look at the screen, family. Chrissy. Look at Chrissy right there, family. Chrissy wants you to crash out. She says she's a democratic socialist. That's what it is. That's who are the people behind the scenes who want our people to do all the fighting, and then they get mad when we say, hell no. There you go, family. So if it ain't Chrissy right there, family, it's this thing right here. That is the Democratic coalition that wants black folks to go out in them streets and harm ourselves. And we say hell to the no. You see the difference, family? You see why we stand on business? And you see why we don't want a damn thing to do with that political party? So this is what you're seeing now. It's a lot of rage baiting. A lot of rage baiting has been going on out here in the streets. And the rage baiting has been done with the purpose to get black Americans to do the crashing out because they are desperate as ever. Look at this guy right here. It's another example of what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. Look at this guy. He says black Americans is real mad. Watch this.
Something finally clicked for me today that I've been hearing from black folks over and over again this past year. And if you are a white person who cares about justice, you need to hear this.
He's heard this from black folks over and over. No, you didn't. You're lying. You ain't talked to one black person. Quit playing.
Finally clicked for me today that I've been hearing from black folks over and over again this past year. And if you are a white person who cares about justice, you need to hear this. The civil rights movement was fueled by black folks going to jail, walking instead of riding the bus, losing their jobs, losing their lives.
Whoa!
It was fueled by black folks going to jail, by black folks going to jail, by black folks going to jail, by black folks going to jail. The rights movement was fueled by black folks going to jail.
There you go. Oh, you know I'm number one, baby. Number one activist, 10 toes down, certified business, soul with it. There you go, family. Black folks going to jail. He wants black folks to go to jail. They want all of us to go out in the streets and harm somebody and then for us to go to jail. This is all a design by the Democrats to get black Americans hot, bothered, and angry so we can go out, crash out, and go to jail. Listen to what he said. He said he listened and heard from black folks all this year, and we want to go to jail.
Something finally clicked for me today that I've been hearing from black folks over and over again this past year. And if you are a white person who cares about justice, you need to hear this. The civil rights movement was fueled by black folks going to jail, walking instead of riding the bus, losing their jobs, losing their lives,
losing their jobs and losing their lives. Guys, damn. Damn, jail, lost life, lost jobs. That when you gonna do something? How come you ain't going out there and doing none of this? He just started off doom and gloom. Black folk, dead, died, unalive, hurt, harmed, broke leg, broke ankle, got a bruise on his chin, fell down, got burnt, got stabbed, got cooked, got hit by a car, walked down the street, tripped and fell, tore his ACL, his MCL, his PCL, broke his elbow, his collarbone, and his Achilles heel. Damn, what else we gonna do? That's what they trying to get us to fall for.
Folks going to jail, walking instead of riding the bus, losing their jobs, losing their lives, making tremendous personal sacrifices.
There you go. They want us to make sacrifices for the Democratic Party. Black folks are tired, y'all. Who the hell are you to make that statement, Mayo Bob? There you go. Told you. There it is. I was going to take you out in the ocean. I was going to bring you back to shore. And we came back to shore and we didn't even get wet, y'all. There it is. Do you see what we're talking about? So take this all the way back, family, to what we were speaking about earlier in this broadcast with Chud the Scrub. This is what it's all about, family. These individuals are out here trying to rage bait Black Americans. And the Democrats and the Republicans alike are allowing these things to fester and to manifest so they can get Black Americans to do what the last Bob was saying, to lose our jobs, lose our lives, and lose everything. And the Democrats and the Republicans will just sit back as this occurs and act like nothing happened. All will be well and all will be good because they got some Black folks to crash out and they will go right on back to their Mayo suburbs and they'll have their Mayo food with their Mayo meth pipes and everything on our side will be damaged. Do you see exactly what I mean by these individuals? And since we've been out here standing on certified business, they haven't been able to really get any of this off because we're not falling for it. This is the best time to be FBA because none of that's working, okay? You may go get 2 or 3 Democratic shills, but they was going to shill anyway. The greater masses of Black Americans certified us. We ain't going for none of that. Certified us. We regulating and calling it out in the meantime. See, now we're operating, as we said, as an independent entity. Okay, we have autonomy. Nobody controls us. We control ourselves. So therefore, we won't be crashing out. This is what they always do. They always put us in the front line so we can go do the crashing out and then they could just get away with it. Notice, y'all, it's always Black politicians who are out there getting jammed up. You've never seen W politicians get arrested. No, never. It's always Black citizens going out there and crashing out. I told you before, the Democrats are the only political party where they want their voters to go do work. Why are Black folks marching for something that Democrats got voted for to stop? This is crazy. You never see Republicans marching. Notice this, y'all. The party that gets 90% of the Black vote is the party that always wants their voters to go out in the streets. Fam, even when the Democrats were in office, they still wanted us to go out and protest. We vote for you so we don't have to protest. You're supposed to be beating the Republicans in the boardroom so your voters can sit back and get the benefits of your hard work. But no, not the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party always consistently goes to Black folks. Think about it, fam. On the campaign trail, they want Black folks to save democracy and save election, aka do all the work. They want Black folks after they get the presidency or after they win, they want Black folks to go out and make all the phone calls and send all the emails. Then when they don't have power, they want Black folks to go out and march and rally and protest. What the hell are you going to do? What are you going to do in this scenario? Because it sounds like you only want to sit back and get money. You want to sit back and have a position of authority and dictatorship, but you ain't doing nothing. See, the Republicans, when they win, their people sit back and they allow the Republican politicians to do all the work. When the Democrats win, they go and tell their people, oh, yeah, I won, but you go march for me to stop the Republicans. You see what I'm talking about? And this is why we have separated from that political mockery called the Democratic Party. And all these people running around here talking about, y'all say the vote don't matter. And y'all say don't vote because voting means nothing. No, voting matters. It just doesn't matter for Black Americans. It's not about voting. It's about who you're voting for and what the person you voted for does. So miss Black Americans with the voting doesn't matter because a lot of people vote and get what they want for voting. But when it comes to Black Americans, there's a different set of rules. There's the in-laws, and I don't mean your relatives. So you know what the in means. And they've kept us in that in-law type of belief and agenda. In Black Americans, we understand it ain't about just going out there and say, I casted a vote. Okay, that's part one. Now, part two is you go out and do what I told you to do. But Democrats don't do that. You vote for them, you do the work. You vote for them, you go march. You vote for them, you go rally. You vote for them, you stand out in the cold. You stand out in the cold to get them to win, because you stand out in the cold while you're voting. And then I got to stand out in the cold after, when your ass is sitting in the governor mansion. Voting just doesn't work for Black Americans because politicians don't serve Black Americans. That's it right there. Voting may work for W's. Voting may work for Latinos. Hell, Latinos get things and they're not even American. You have illegal immigrants who come here. How many times did the illegal immigrant have to vote to get amnesty in a whole sanctuary city? He didn't have to vote for that. So voting's working for immigrants even when the immigrants aren't even citizens. Non-citizens get more out of the voting process than Black American citizens who vote at the highest rates and built America. So when you turn around and you try to tell us, y'all said voting don't matter. Voting doesn't matter for Black Americans because the politicians don't feel that we matter because they're anti-Black. And you can come up with whatever lie, PIMP slap. You can come up with any justification, PIMP slap. You can come up with any misnomer, PIMP slap. And we sending it all right back to you. You're not just going to say things to Black Americans and, just because you said it is true. No, what we say is true. What we do is real. And the facts that we have are better than the lies that you got. That's why your Democratic plantation is crashing out. And that's why Black Americans at an all-time high is saying F you and the horse that you rode in on. Okay. Y'all look at this right here. When we talk about out here riding and we talk about out here standing on business, man, there was some lady out there. I don't know who did this. I found this on TikTok. Shout out to this brother. Same way I pulled up on Kamala, the same way the brothers and sisters in New York were standing on 10. Y'all look at this right here. Some lady was giving some speech about doomsday and it's the worst thing ever. And some brother was in the audience and he was checking her and they told him to leave. Watch this.
It was built because America has a long history of making promises of freedom while building systems of exclusion. And now piece by piece, those protections are being stripped away. People want to act like voting rights is simply about elections. But voting rights determine who has power. And power determines who gets housing, who gets resources, who gets protected, who gets educated, who gets jobs, who gets health care, and who gets heard. When they weaken our vote, they weaken our ability to fight racial discrimination in police and employment, housing, and education. They could not hold down our brilliance, so they tried to silence our voice. They understood something many still fail to realize: the vote is connected to every part of our Black liberation, every part of this country's liberation.
They ain't hinder our
Black
Black
people
vote.
know what it means to have our voices targeted. We know what poll taxes look like. We know what literacy tests. We know intimidation. We know racial gerrymandering. We know what it means when systems are designed to exhaust us, discourage us, and to erase us.
Is pitching bullcrap.
That is why this moment demands urgency. I am a Black woman, and you will respect me, man of God. Because if we are silent now, history has already shown us what happens next. Lord Neil Hershey was born of. If you are silent,
stop 1 second. When individuals speak, we want to say respect. No one was interrupted. We aren't going to interrupt the record.
It's just disturbing.
Excuse me again.
Sorry, sir.
I would suggest that you sit down. Stop interrupting.
I just want to film myself. That's all. Sorry. I'm not going to interrupt anymore. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry about that.
thank you. If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. And I refuse to be silent while democracy is dismantled in plain sight. Some folks jokingly call this moment a Trumpocalypse, but for Black communities, attacks on civil rights are never entertainment, they're life and death. And let me say it plainly, we cannot be rocked to sleep in a moment where they benefit from our silence. And Cook County has an opportunity to lead this nation right now, to declare that we will defend democracy, to declare that voting rights are human rights, and to declare that Black political power matters, because our ancestors did not march, bleed, organize, pray, and die for us to become comfortable while our rights are stripped away in courtrooms and legislatures. We are resilient people. So I ask that you all support the resolution that Dr. Keisha McCaskill is supporting our voting rights resolution. Thank you.
Babble, 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 babble. And I'm glad that brother was there. And she was getting all nervous. And hold on now. Just wait. Now let me finish. Let me finish. Look, she was getting nervous too, fam. Look at her getting nervous as hell. Getting real nervous, wasn't she? Getting real extra nervous because the brother was right there in her ear. Right there. Now, he wasn't doing all that stuff. Notice, fam, he wasn't doing all that stuff in Tennessee, and they don't like it. Look at her. She was putting her finger up because he was out there in her ear saying, nah, we don't hear none of that. Nah, that's crap. Notice, y'all, they don't like this energy when the brother's being nice and calm, but they didn't mind black folks out there yelling and putting their finger in somebody's face. Notice this, y'all. Notice the Democrats don't like nothing that's grassroots. And remember, grassroots is the initiative of the people. That's where it comes from, the roots from the soul. That embodies Black American citizens. They don't like the grassroots, which means they don't like Black American people. They only support things that are sponsored by the Democratic Party. That goes for the W's, that go for the blackface ones, because the W's give the agenda to the blackface ones, and they try to force that on us, and we reject it every damn day. They don't like Black Americans who speak for the grassroots because they don't like Black American people. They only want Black American people to do what they tell us, to shut up and vote. That's their words. That's what they said. When I stood up and checked Kamala, very civil, they had a problem with it. But when Democratic shields is jumping on tables and they cursing out security guards, they love it. So you notice how when the grassroots is civil, they get angry. But when the Democrats get belligerent, they love it. So this is a very belligerent party full of a bunch of rhetoric and lawlessness. And that's their thing. But we over here standing on certified business, speaking what needs to be spoken with 100% confirmed facts. And if they don't like that, who give a damn? Because we stronger than them anyway. And we influence more people. And we got the world in our hands right now. And everybody wants to be a part of certified Black society. And everybody wants to be a part of this wave that we got. Because foundational Black Americans, we are the talk of the town. We the talk of the country because we built this country. It all comes back to the owners, y'all. That's what it's really about. And it's getting bigger and bigger and more brothers and sisters are popping up everywhere. And everywhere where brothers and sisters are popping up, you're starting to see that energy change. Fam, I've already showed y'all last week. The lady said, why should I vote? So we can benefit everybody else? I showed you the 92%er. She said, I ain't even voting this year. Nope. I showed you the brother right there. He said, no, I'm about to check this woman. She's talking reckless. You seen what happened in New York with the brothers and sisters? They held it down, checked Al Sharpton, checked all the Ghanaians and everybody, and you see what yours truly did to Kamala Harris. I shook her up the same way she shake up that damn bottle, okay? But the only difference is, family, that drunkenness goes away and comes back. What I said, that certified energy will stay with her for life. So now you're starting to see the wave of foundational Black Americans influencing the world, and the Democrats have none. Family, you're talking about the grassroots right now just whooping on this Democratic establishment. I mean, just whooping them. It ain't even close right now, y'all. We wrapping circles and rectangles and triangles around all of them. And it's getting even deeper because, like I said, more and more people are coming out and they're telling the Democrats, your fear tactics and your old ways are over with. Like it or not, here we come.
Hi, guys. I tell you, I am so tired of hearing these Black politicians and these Black shields saying that Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, ancestors died for us to have a vote at the ballot box. No, they didn't die for that. They died for us to have a better life in this country that they built, that they bled, and the countries and fields that they worked. That's what they died for us. They wanted us to have a better life. And the thing about that is they did not die for us to keep putting these corrupt Black foreigners into office. Who are these foreigners that we keep putting in office, who are the Black caucus? They are so corrupt and so dangerous to the Black community that now that the redistricting is starting, far as instead of having a for sure Black district, that they actually have to fight for a vote instead of just getting it automatically, they are losing their minds. So I think this is better for the Black community because by us having that so-called representation, so-called Black representation that was never representation for us, I think now that things couldn't get any worse, they can only get better because we never had representation in the first place. So tell me, what do you think? Hi, guys.
I think that they afraid. I think they petrified. I think they terrified. And I think it's going to stay that way for a long way. For a long damn way. That's what I believe. That's what I know. Better yet. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. It's getting stronger and stronger all the way across the United States of America. Nobody's folding and nobody's falling for the games and the nonsense. Absolutely, they can kick rocks. They can get the hell up out of here. You're just starting to see it more and more, family. You guys remember a couple years ago, those who've been plugged into Black media? Remember, fam, these stories were occasional. Every so often, you would get a little bit here or there. Now you're starting to get these stories and you're starting to see these people more and more and more. If you can't see the FBA influence right now, you out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because the FBA influence truly is everywhere. And the reason why it's happening that way, family, is because, like we said earlier, we're not falling for nothing. We're certified and codified. See, when you're certified and you're codified, nothing they say or nothing they do can move you. All right. That's where we are with it, fam. We're so certified and codified that whatever the Democrats come up with, it just isn't working. Y'all remember how long did that Don Lemon Luther King work out? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember just a couple months ago, they were trying to use Don Lemon as some type of example of excellence. And they were trying to make him like he was a martyr and a freedom fighter. Fam, did that work at all? Did that go anywhere? No, didn't happen. Okay, exactly. You're not seeing nothing that these people are doing working. They try to use Don Lemon, y'all. Remember when he got arrested, he was running, he had a press conference. He was jumping up and down, jumping for joy. Man, ain't nobody on none of that. Didn't nobody give a damn about any of that. Everybody was laughing. Everybody's like, get the hell up out of here. There are games that working. Think about it right now, y'all. Those Justin dudes, they about to be out of business. The one Justin dude, he's already been redistricted. The Tether one, he's gone. Out the tape, gone. Nobody sees him, okay? And also now, family, now they're trying to bring back Black Lives Matter. Yes. This is what I want everybody to notice, and this is why it's essential. And by the way, for my brothers and sisters, everybody who emailed me about the situation in Colombia, okay, I'm going to hit everybody back. You're going to get all your emails tonight. So we gathered everybody up. So that's happening because we have to be seen. We have to be seen, family, okay? We can't be outseen, the aesthetics. It can't be every so often. So you guys are going to be getting your emails from me this weekend for what's going down the last week of this month, family, and it's going to be phenomenal. Matter of fact, let's just turn this into a Memorial Day thing, all right, for my brothers and sisters. Shout out to all my family, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to really get up. So everybody's going to get the email from me because we putting it all together because they're sending out all these different people, fam, and yes, they're trying now to bring back Black Lives Matter, y'all. Everybody's seeing that situation with Kevin Hart. Everybody saw that whole little Kevin Hart situation where they were making the George Floyd jokes, a George Floyd joke and trying to drum up George Floyd stuff right around the time for midterms. I told you, it's always got to be a Black person who was on the live. Because remember, y'all, if you're an alive Black person, the Democrats don't want nothing to do with you. So they're trying to bring back Black Lives Matter. And Black Lives Matter pops up, family. And they had a whole press conference staged again. Why aren't they in jail? Family, why isn't Black Lives Matter in jail? And absolutely, yeah. Where's Birdsong? Where's Julio Flea Newton? Where he at? Yeah. Look at this, family. They are literally out here trying to run this game and bring back Black Lives Matter right in time for midterms. Interesting.
Again, it is not a laughing matter. We are here today to call your attention to the fact that an egregious, disgusting joke was made about George Floyd. Here we are about to memorialize George Floyd for year 6 after his brutal murder at the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department. Our community is still experiencing grief and trauma. We have young people in our community who were children at the time. They're now teenagers, still dealing with the impacts of the police killing of George Floyd. And instead of allowing our community to grieve in peace, to celebrate George Floyd in peace, we have Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd. It is.
What about Chud the Scrub? What about Chud? Fam, they're not talking about Chud. They're not bringing up Chud. Why aren't you bringing it? You talking about a comedian joke. Okay, first off, hold on, fam. You damn right. I see you on the chat. We going to go ahead and address her right here, right now today. So family, let's get this right. The Democrats are talking about a Netflix joke by a comedian at Kevin Hart's roast, and they're talking about voter rights, but they're not talking about the supremacist who is harassing and terrorizing black communities. Do you see what we're talking about with these people?
Unacceptable, and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking.
Did she laugh? Wait. Did she just laugh? Family, she laughed. If this is such a serious situation, why'd you laugh? I've been to a hate crime, 2 of them. I don't laugh ever about it. Why are you? She just laughed, y'all. She just laughed.
Saying that George Floyd is made a grotesque joke. Saying that George Floyd is looking up at us.
You're getting mad at a joke and you're laughing. Sounds like you a comedian too. Fam, how disrespectful is that to George Floyd? Wow, look at them using George Floyd's legacy to get votes for the Democratic Party and laughing about it.
Made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe. When I saw the clip online, it made me sick to my stomach. So we are here to declare today that there needs to be accountability for Kevin Hart's Netflix roast.
Man, y'all out here talking about a damn Netflix roast joke when this individual was running around here pulling up burners on black folks. This man out here pulling up straps on black folks, and you talking about a damn Netflix joke. Fam, I'm telling you now, the Democrats are completely anti-black American, and they're always trying to push something to muddy the waters to try to get black Americans tangled and twisted. That's what they're always doing. Right around time for midterms, here comes Black Lives Matter, and they're protesting Netflix. No talk about Chud the Builder, who is literally terrorizing black folks, antagonizing and harassing black folks, and pulling out power tools on black folks, and actually shot a black person. But no talk about that. Notice the deafening silence from the Democratic Party and all of their minions about supremacist terrorism. Yes, no talk about that. No talk about supremacist targeting. No talk about that. Anything that's got supremacists on it that's real and affecting average everyday black Americans in the streets, Democrats don't say a word. They only talk about it if they can get votes from it. Every time a real black American citizen is out here at the store, at the job, or walking down the street, and we're confronted with supremacy, the Democrats say nothing about it unless they can milk something from it. What are they trying to milk from it? Votes. Remember this, family. The Democrats can't do nothing with a black American who survives. They can't do nothing. When a black American wins, they can't do nothing. When a black American defends themselves, they can't do nothing. Notice every time there's a situation where a black American defends themselves, survives, and lives to tell, the Democrats go on hush mode, don't say a word. Because the Democrats can only do things when a black American is unalived. There is no type of play they can get when a black American lives. There's no type of promotion they can have when a black American lives. When a black American makes it through a dangerous situation, Democrats hate that. Trust me, believe me, they got their fingers crossed every time there's a confrontation with a black American and a supremacist. The Democrats got their fingers crossed that something bad happens to the black Americans. Let's be honest, y'all. The Democrats know what was going on with Chud the Builder. They know what was happening with Chud the Builder. They were just sitting back quietly and hoping that he ended up harming and unaliving one of us. That's what the Democrats were doing. They know about it. They watch every single thing black Americans do. They use all of our talking points. It's streaming live. This man was a streamer. All across social media, it was the #1 trending story, and the Democrats claimed they didn't see it. The Democrats seen it because it was everywhere. The only difference is the Democrats were sitting back, waiting, hoping that he would unalive a black person so they could take that black person, put their face in a campaign ad, and then push it for midterms and blame racism on Donald Trump. They need harmed, unalived black Americans for votes. And the fact is, they were waiting for Chud the Builder to harm and unalive a black American so they can get votes. And the fact that the brother stood on business and he ended up putting them hands on Chud the Builder, the Democrats maintained silence all the way through. These are people who get pain and suffering from Black Americans, and then they turn that into campaign ads and campaign stickers. And it's about time somebody calls it out the way I just did. And you know I'm going to do it because I don't give a damn. We going to keep it all the way real because if it ain't real, it ain't right. And we the realest ones in the room, y'all. That's what was happening. They've been watching the situation low-key, sitting back. They got all their little minions and all their little ops, and they just been watching, saying, hey, monitor that situation. Don't contact us unless he harms a Black American. If he doesn't harm a Black American, we won't say nothing. If he does harm a Black American, then we're going to make a fuss about it. They talking about a Netflix joke and protesting that. They're talking about voter rights. They're causing all this ruckus about voter rights, but no ruckus about supremacy, targeting, harassing, and pulling power tools on Black folks. That makes no sense unless these people are camouflaged Democrats in disguise. And what is a camouflaged Democrat in disguise? It's a white supremacist in the open. Let's go even further, family. We in here. Look at your screen, y'all. All the way real. These people know exactly what Black Americans are talking about. They know exactly what Black Americans are saying. They know exactly what Black Americans are doing. And it gets worse every single moment for these individuals. But let me tell you, nothing gets bad for us. Why don't it get bad for us, family? Because we don't fall for the games. Everything they did backfired. Everything they said is always correct. Look at your screen, family. This ended up coming out where individuals ended up seeing that this man ended up getting charged. Earlier today, law enforcement officers responded to shots fired incident outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office immediately launched an investigation into the incident. As a result of the investigation, Dalton Etherly, or whatever the hell his name is, 28, was detained by criminal investigators and charged with criminal attempt of unaliving, employing a power tool during dangerous felony, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Etherly was booked into Montgomery County Jail, where he is being held pending arraignment, at which time bond is set. Montgomery County Sheriff John Fuson stated, it's unfortunate that incidents like this are happening in our community. This kind of violence won't be tolerated, and our office will work to make sure the responsible are held accountable. AKA, it all backfired, and AKA, nobody wants to say nothing or do nothing or touch the story. There you go, family. I want you to all take note of how the Democrats have a consistent theme of talking about things when Black Americans don't come out on the winner's side. Remember that, family. When Black Americans don't come out on the winner's side, the Democrats don't discuss it. Very, very interesting. Whenever something goes wrong for a Black person, Democrats talk about it. But whenever something goes right for the supremacists, then the Democrats is like, well, hold on now. We got something here. What can we make out of this? What can we do here? Everybody sees it the same way. And we only are going to call it for what it truly is. Watch how he ended up getting jammed up. Because when brothers stand on business, these folks end up going in that cell.
We're gonna have a bail. I'm gonna set just a bond right now after we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at 1.25 million. 1.25 million.
1.25 million. Watch his head drop when them numbers come in. Oh no! No, look at he closing his eyes. He hurt. He shook. I like that right there. ABK is undefeated. Anti-Black karma. It is hotter than July, baby. Yeah. Look at them eyes drop down. What's up with all that talk? I thought you was going to say chimping out. Ain't that what it was? Chimping out? Uh-huh. Well, now you in there freaking out because you about to get freaked by Doug, your cellmate, ain't you? Yeah. Watch it one more time, family. Enjoy the show, family. This is it.
Bond at 1.25 million. 1.25 million.
Damn.
Based upon the fact of how many people were in the courtyard, were here at the courthouse, and the seriousness of all these felonies and his bond status. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So The 26th at 9 o'clock, I'm sorry, the 21st at 9 o'clock for a bond hearing, and then the 26th at 9 for preliminary hearing right here. Does that work for everybody's calendar? General, does that work for the state?
Yes.
All right.
Just for the court's information, and Mr. Finley, the state is going to request to file a source hearing when and if there's an attempt to make bonds.
Okay. Is there any objection of us taking all those matters up at the bond hearing on the 21st?
No.
Mr. Finley, do you have any objection to doing it that way? That's the most efficient way, I think.
Judge, we'll try and have everything lined up for the court.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Mr. Finley, from you today?
No, sir.
All right. From the state? Okay. That'll conclude these proceedings today, okay?
Thank you.
We'll be in recess.
For your recess, keep your seats.
Damn. When supremacy goes wrong. There you go, brothers and sisters. It went real wrong for you if you ended up like that right there. Because what ended up happening, family, is all because of the foundational Black American certified grassroots energy. Our certified grassroots energy disallowed him from trying to provoke or antagonize a brother. It disallowed our brothers from being victims. Instead, fam, we're victors. And a victor and a victim are two different things. So sitting back, relaxing, and letting people talk to us crazy ain't happening. Not in this era, not in this time, not in this generation. So the brother stood on business, put some hands and feet on him, and took matters into his own hands. And do you see what happens when we take matters into our own hands? When we waited for a political party or a political establishment to help Black Americans, we were out here helpless. Soon as we made the conscious decision that we're going to protect our own, we're going to ride for our own, and we're going to stand for each other. Now you're starting to see this wave. And family, it don't just stop in Tennessee. It's all across the United States of America. There is a certified brother and a certified sister in every single pocket of society. I don't care where you are. You're going to see a certified foundational Black American. You can be in the hood. You can be in the suburbs. You can be in the East Coast or the West Coast, up north or down south. You're going to find a certified foundational Black American brother or sister. And they ain't the one to play with because it's going to end bad. Like I said, when you try to pew pew and still get pap pap, then you know you done dealt with the wrong ones. Fam, either they gonna wake up to this new wave, this new era, and this generation, or they not. And if they don't, it's gonna be bad for them because everything is good for us. This is the energy that we're on. When I sit here every week and I talk about the regulators, I talk about the certifieds, now you seeing it with your own eyes in real time. And can't nobody unsee it, can't nobody erase it, can't nobody replace it, family. This is us right now. This is the wave right now, and it's going to go on forever because we turned everything around. The next generation and the next generation and the next generation are going to walk right into the game of winners because foundational Black Americans and the grassroots, aka the certified regulators, done laid out all the groundwork, family, and we standing on 10 every damn day. So when you watch this situation and you see the way things are unfolding, notice the track record, how Democrats never support Black Americans when we win. Whenever we win against an assailant, against a supremacist or an assaulter, the Democrats never support us when we win. They only pretend to get behind Black folks when we become the unalived victim. You can simply just look at all the statistics and all the facts, all the details to tell you they never support a Black person when that Black person is the winner. They only come around when that Black person is the victim. So it tells you they want to keep us in a victim mentality, in a victim state, because they understand we the strongest ones here. They want you to have no voice because they understand we got the loudest voice. They want us to have no energy because they understand we're the most energetic. So everything that anybody tries to get Black Americans to do, we saying F all of them. Because from here on forward, we're only doing what the hell we want to do. Because doing what we want to do has always been the right way, family. The only difference is now we getting it off the muscle and we flexing our muscle and we stand on it and pushing that line. And that line right now is pushing all of them out the way. I'm loving being certified, y'all, because this certified is completely undefeated. Remember that, y'all. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm feeling the flow. And family, when I tell y'all that we out here and we doing it big, big time, let me show you what they're doing. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We talk about certified Black society. Yes, we do. We talk about it all the time. We are society. And we talk about meth society. And there's a video of completely a meth exchange that I want y'all to see. So while we out here snatching these folks up, checking these folks, and putting these folks in their place, these individuals is out here having male breakdowns. Everybody say hello to Jed and Ted. Jed and Ted both have a drug problem. So while we over here, family, this summer, standing on certified business and doing what we do, this is what they're doing on the male side of town.
Just leave me the alone. Don't say nothing to me, and I won't say nothing to you.
Ma'am, if you want to pay this man to cut your yard, that's fine. But keep him away from my house.
This is not your house. This is not your house.
This is my house. And
That's your house.
You're too goddamn close to it. I see you walking back and forth every day.
I'm on my side of the house.
Yeah, you got to go get your fucking beer at least 2 or 3 times a day.
You know why I get beer? Because I can afford it.
You can't.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that money I got right there, boy. Look at that.
Yeah.
If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack.
If you, who the hell just brings crack up out of nowhere? I see you every day going to get your damn beer. If I want to go get crack, who the hell brought up crack? Hey man, can you go to McDonald's for me real quick? If I want to go get crack, what? Hey man, Burger King down the street. Hey man, is there crack there? Hey man, you ever been to Walmart? I know if I want to buy crack. Who the hell brought up crack? And why he bringing up crack with an if? He need to go ahead and bring up crack with a damn sure.
Look at that.
Yeah.
If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. I don't smoke crack. Go over there. I don't smoke crack. Go over there.
Do something.
I don't. What else?
Call me an old ass.
Yeah.
You need to stop. You need to stop. Okay.
If you do, just leave.
What the hell is this? Lifestyles of the toothless. What you need to do is leave me the fuck alone and let me buy crack. You was gonna do that anyway. Stop playing.
If you do, just leave me the alone. Don't say nothing to me, and I won't say nothing to you.
Ma'am, if you want to pay this man to cut your yard, that's fine. But keep him away from my house.
This is not your house. This is not your house.
This is my house. And
This is not your house. This is not your meth lab. This is not your Mayo mobile trailer.
It's your house.
You're too goddamn close to it. I see you walking back and forth every day.
I'm on my side of the house.
Yeah, you got to go get your fucking beer at least 2 or 3 times a day.
You know why I get beer? Because I can afford it.
You can't.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that money I got right there, boy. Look at that.
Yeah.
If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. If I want to buy crack, I'll go buy crack. I don't smoke crack. Go over there. I don't smoke crack. Go over there.
Do something.
Hey, you may not smoke it. He look like he eats it. You ain't supposed to drink the crack. This man be having crack in a damn jar, in a straw. Man, hey, you right. You may not smoke it. But you damn sure look like you eat it.
Crack. Go over there.
Do something.
I don't. What else?
Call me an old ass.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
Yes, stop doing drugs. Fam, this is why they told everybody, just say no to drugs. Just say no to drugs and just say no to scrubs. Okay? But that's what they doing, y'all. And what we over here doing is winning. So you see the difference between the two, and you see the wave that we got, and you see our energy ain't nothing like theirs. Things ain't going too good on their side of town. You know, the meth side of town. It's not doing good. They over there having those if I buy crack battles. We over here line dancing, two-stepping, regulating, and apparently putting hands on feet on anybody that disrespects. So the fact that we got all that going on, and the fact that we got all of our energy over here on this side, and the fact that we're so undefeated, untouchable, unbreakable, unmatched, and stronger than ever, that tells you everything that you need to know, y'all. This is what it is. Yeah, the trailer park, boy, they're in there deep, right there. I told you, that's the meth mobile home. You feel me? There's a lot of stuff going on in there. But have at it, because FBA family, y'all know we clean cut, we smooth, we certified, we stand on business, we look good, we feel good, and everything about us at this point in time is exceptional. We are breaking all records, family. We are shattering the mold, family, because that's the way the game is supposed to go. They understand that when you start dealing with certified Black society and you start dealing with everything that we're going, for and everything that we're working on, they're looking at the long game. And the long game, for the first time in a long time, doesn't have them involved in it. It has us involved in it. See, the long game right now is Black Americans dominating consistently. And they're concerned with what's coming up after this next wave. And I'm here to tell you, the next wave is going to get even stronger. Fam, you got to understand, if our wave is getting stronger, what you think the next wave is going to be? It's going to be absolutely powerful. Mobile Home Diaries. So this is just a beautiful time and a beautiful era. Let me ask y'all a question. Since I got my certified riders up in here today, let me ask y'all a question. When you see the headlines and you look in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, what are y'all going to see? When you look and it's 2046, 56, and they look back on this generation of Black Americans, because remember, everything is in a historical time frame. You have a generation where it's an era as well. What is going to be said and what is going to be saw when they look back on this time? What I believe, family, is going to be two things that's going to define this generation. And it's what we're already working on now. This is going to be, as I say, the reparations generation, and it's going to be the FBA Renaissance. We, as a foundational Black American community, we ended up getting rid of all these people, and we started to really enjoy and keep everything inside and have the soul within ourselves. And we started to uplift ourselves and really just love who we are. And then on top of that, I believe that's going to get us our reparations. So I believe, family, in the next few years, next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, when they look back on this era, they're going to look back on this era and be like, that era right there was just phenomenal. Phenomenal, family. So enjoy it. Because, a lot of us would watch documentaries of the past and we would kind of get stuck on the past. Nah, fam, you living in everything now. You don't got to watch the civil rights movie, fam, and be like, damn, man, that was good times. Because I remember people used to say that, man, I wish I lived back then. You live now. Go get it now, fam. Go get it now. It's your time now. And we got our own time frame. We got our own legends. We got our own people. There's a lot of things going down in this era, fam. You ain't got to look back on no era of time and say you wish you were a part of that. You were part of this here, okay? You want to talk about movies, fam? Wait until our movies come out. You want to talk about newspaper clippings and books? Wait until ours comes out, family. It's going to be phenomenal. So I believe everybody's going to see it and everybody's going to watch it. And we're living in a global world, okay? Back in the old days, it was more of a localized world. Delineation, absolutely. Good point. Everything about this era is happening. We got our own people, fam. Every generation has basically 5 or 6 people that are always remembered. The reason why we love the civil rights era so much is because the civil rights era, it had like 15, 20 people remembered. Remember this, y'all. Every generation has, if you're lucky, 4 or 5 legends that are remembered, okay? The civil rights era had like 15, 20 of them. That's why it was so special. But we're working on that now to where we're getting a lot of people and we're getting a lot of good wave and a lot of good energy and a lot of great individuals are coming up and just a lot of things are going on. So it's just a different wave and it's a different vibe, y'all. And it's coming in strong and everybody's watching it and we changing the world in real time 100%. I want all my brothers and sisters to lock that on in. I want all my brothers and sisters to understand that, y'all. We ain't got to look at nothing, okay? No other time frame or anything. We can appreciate and love those time frames, y'all, but we doing it right now. So just wait, fam, when they look at it and it's going to be absolutely the reparations. Absolutely, family. Yep, it's a turning point right now. This is a turning. It's really crazy because, this, you're absolutely right. So it's a turning point. I love you too, family. It's a turning point right now. We're in a turning point era. Very rarely do you get shifts of time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And we learning from all that. So it's getting real big out here in the streets and we making it stronger every single day. We ruining politicians and careers. We shutting down these people who coming over here, want to be us, want to be down with us. Everything we doing is in-house. That's why the future's so bright, because all of the energy is on the inside of us and we represent everyone. I mean, just look at the game now, y'all. Look at the game now. If you look at this era right now, just look how everybody's moving. Just look how everybody's moving. I remember how many of y'all remember Just a few. Everybody's in the game to win, fam. Everybody's in the game to win. And like I always said, and I said this to y'all a long time ago, I promise everybody that Black Alpha always going to be on the front wave, on the front line, and always pushing it. And I told everybody, my dream and my goal is to go down as the best activist of all time. I don't play to be 2. I don't play to be 3. I'm in it to win it. That's my job. Because I look at it this way. If I'm the number 1 activist, then that means I achieved and put in the most work. If I achieve and put in the most work, then that means I help my people to the most of my capabilities. So I don't want to be the number 3 or number 4 or number 5, because that means that I put in 3, 4, and 5 type of effort. Family, I was raised to put in 100% effort all the time, every single day, no matter what, wherever my people are, I'm there. Okay. That's why I'm always saying number 1 activist, because I want to be the one who contributed with the most energy, the most love. And if you look, fam, go back and remember, if you remember the Black media just 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was kind of stale a little bit. I mean, we got great people, great people, family, but it was kind of stale. You know what I'm saying? Everything was kind of, nice in this. I'm the one who really brought in the vibe, the hip hop, the streets. I'm the one who came in and looked different. That's why, family, when you look at everybody in the movement and how they are, there's only one Black Alpha. I'm talking about the energy, the way I talk, the way I move, the way I speak, the love. I feel like a lot of people are liked, but I'm loved. I feel a lot of people are loved, but I'm beloved. This is why when people compare me to individuals, which I take so much pride and passion in, it's always like a Tupac and the DMX. You know what I'm saying? There's only one of me. A lot of other people are great, much love and respect, but I feel like a lot of them, you see them in each other. There's a lot of comparisons with each other. Who the hell are you comparing to Black Alpha? You know what I'm saying? There's only one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the energy and the vibe. Before I came, a lot of people don't understand this, fam. A lot of the people, I ain't gonna say no names, when I showed up on the scene, a lot of the older folks was kind of, whoa, hold on. They didn't ever really show a lot of love. They didn't show a lot of love because I came in so different, so raw, so uncut. And I said whatever needed to be said. And I spoke from the heart, just like how Pop came in the game or DMX came in the game. I came in and just said, hey, listen, I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to say what needs to be said. Ain't no half stepping. We're going to speak the truth because we got a job to do. Okay. And we up against a demon. So we ain't got no time to play nice. And I came in the game, boom. And a lot of folks blew back. Shout out to my brother Tariq. Okay. Because Tariq has always been the main one that always showed love, always understood my vibe and my energy. That's why I'm always showing extra love to bro, because Tariq always held me down. When I'm at protests, when I'm at hate crimes, Tariq is always the one shooting me out, giving me much love and respect. That's why y'all know I'm always loyal and showing absolute utmost respect for my brother. And I'm going to always hold my brother down because of that right there, because Tariq is a real one. That's a real brother. Real certified brother. That's my guy. I got mad respect for Tariq because Tariq always show love. Some of the other people, man, they was kind of blown back. Because family, y'all remember, anybody who remember me, some of my day ones, y'all remember when I came out, there wasn't nobody. They said ain't nobody like me now. Ain't nobody like me now. So they damn sure wasn't like me back then. A lot of the game was uptight. I'm the one who came in with the beats and the beats banging in the background and was going off and talking crazy. Even now when I'm boom, 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 everybody else was just, in today's news, okay, a black cat ran up a tree. And the racist fire department came and he said he's not going to go get Felix. That's kind of how the game was. And I'm the one who came in and was like, nah, F this, man. We coming. You know what I'm saying? Straight up live energy. And then when I got on stage at the rally for reparations, shout out to my brother Tree, came with the energy. When I'm at the hate crime, came with the energy. And to be honest with you, fam, who was saying activists before I was? People were calling themselves activists. I'm the one who brought the streets into this movement. I'm the one who brought the hip hop into this movement. I'm the one who started saying activists. Nobody was saying activists before I was. Y'all, my day ones know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, a lot of folks are jealous. Yeah, you'll be surprised, man. Maybe a lot of hate, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm chocolate and I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? I'm a northerner and a southerner. And the people love me and respect me. And when you got all of that right there, oh, there's a lot of little hating people out there. Trust me, y'all. There's a lot of little low key. The elephant in the room is that Black Alpha is number one and he dominates. And there's a lot of hate. And then they always get mad at y'all. I be telling y'all, they be mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't be me. They be like, yo, Black Alpha and his people and certifies. I'm the one. Nobody else. They don't have a term for people. They just like my subscribers. Nigga, that's my family. That's my family. We put up pictures of people. We done did salutes for people. When Angie Stone passed away, Asada Shakur, when our brother Voltron passed away, we do real shout outs to people. When one of our sisters that lost a loved one, we posted it. Cash apps, bring people money. It's real activism, really from the heart. And that's what I'm saying. There's a real passion movement in Black Alpha. And there's a real soul and spirit that's in me that nobody's got. And it really hasn't been around in our community for eons. And I'm somebody who brought that to the game because a lot of people are just very good. They're very well speaking and they're very well spoken, but that don't get it done. I always tell people, I love Nas the rapper. Nas, he made you want to read books and learn. Tupac, he made you read books, learn, and he made you want to get up and go do some shit. And that's how the energy is. My passion, my drive, my soul, my focus, and just the energy and the love that the family got. When I meet people out in public, when I take pictures with grandmas, take pictures with people's kids, there's just a dynamic, energetic vibe that whenever I'm out and I meet the people and folks come up to me that I had to get used to, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Leo, so I had to get used to a lot of that, love and vibe and energy, fam, and it just blew my mind. I got to pinch myself sometimes and to be like, yo, this is real. I always wanted to be somebody that was a true activist that held it down for the people, that the people loved in return. It don't mean nothing if they don't love you in return. See, my vibe, and I always said this, fam, when I first started, I said, I want to appeal to the average, everyday, working class Black American person. I don't care if you got a PhD. I don't care if you got a master's degree. I don't care if you got a 401k. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about any of that. All right. I don't judge people based on what they have. I judge people on who they are. You know what I'm saying? So that was always my vibe. I wanted to bring that to the game and to the industry. And I just wanted to change the world because I've seen how a lot of people out there, they would talk to y'all, but they didn't show y'all no respect. They'd be making fun of people who call in their shows and, just being very disrespectful. I ain't never respect none of that. That was never cool to me. I've seen people call in with serious questions and people would just hang up on them and tell them to look up certain words. Man, I ain't with none of that, man. That ain't me. That's not how I was raised, man. I was raised by working class people. I come from a working class family. You know what I'm saying? How I was raised, if you come to my family and say, hey, man, I got a job over there mopping floors. I don't have no family that's going to be like, that's what you do for a living. I got an uncle and an aunt. They're going to like, hey, can I get an application? And we're going to mop them floors. We're going to be the best people. We're going to have split up hands, but we're going to put in a hard day's work because we represent it. I always want to represent the same Black American people that I seen. When I'm out and about and I'm in the projects or I'm down the street and I see a Black American sister and this Black American sister is on the grind. She going to school. She getting money. She taking care of her family. I relate to her. You know what I'm saying? The brother who says, hey, I got to get up today and I got to go make this money because I got to feed the family. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to fall back. I got to go get it. I want to appeal to him. I always want to appeal to the common core foundational Black Americans. I always realize if you appeal to the soul of the Black American people, they will always love you forever in return. And that's why I'm loved so much. If you appeal to a thought or just to an action or to what somebody has or to money, that comes and goes. All right. That's just trickery, fam. That's very, very fad. That's just in and out, nowhere. It's like music, fam. We love Michael Jackson because he appealed to your soul. It's because it sounds good. A lot of people sound good. Okay, not because he danced good. A lot of people dance good. There was a frequency in how Michael Jackson came. You know what I'm saying? There was a frequency in Tupac. There's a frequency in DMX, and it's pure. So I always wanted to give pure energy. And I learned if you give pure energy, it'll come back to you. So very early in the game, I started realizing, I was like, yo, I'm the most loved person in the movement, fam. And it's nothing more than I'm one of y'all. So that's why I say my certifieds and out there. When I told everybody, hey, we need to do a regulator tour. And then literally 7 days later, I'm like, hey, y'all, I went to go see Kamala because I would never ask y'all to do something I wouldn't do. And to be honest with you, fam, the days of the activists who sit around and don't really go out and don't do nothing, that's gone. This is a social media world, fam. It's about to be 2027. Remember this, y'all. 2036 is closer than 2010. Okay, remember that. Okay, remember that. All right. 2036 is closer than 2010 was. All right. This is the modern age. Fast, full speed. My brother Tariq, he made a great point. He said when he put together Hidden Colors, he understood to make the images boom, boom, boom. It's a new way. The day of the activist who's like up here and looks down on people or goes to events and don't say nothing to nobody, because I've seen that before, where people walk around and don't say a word to none of the people. People want to see the activists. They want to touch. They want to relate to you. They want to see if you real and you about what you say you about. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of ops out here. People want to know if you real. You know, they want to know. Well, y'all see me. I show my grandmama. I show my family. I show my great-great-grandmother. I put my whole people out there. Everybody knows it. That's how you're supposed to be. That's the new wave, and that's the new era, and that's the new time. And a lot of people who aren't involving with that, these people are falling to the background. Because remember, y'all, it's about love. And nobody was talking activists before I was. Nobody, everybody else was just talkers, and they was scholars. And you can have a men scholars. That's cool. I'll do the scholar stuff too. Okay, because I sit down with Dr. Kabahai Walter Kamene and Dr. Carnell West, and we can sit here and we can talk philosophically all we do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was the one coming in the game saying, no, I'm an activist. It's all about activists. Keyword action, being in the street with your people. And if you do that and then you appeal to your average, everyday Black American, I'm talking about to the kids. I remember being in the projects with young folks, you know, talking to him. Little boy walked by, he had his dog with him. I said, hey, man, take care of that dog. That dog gonna protect you forever. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a dog lover. I said, take care of that dog. He's like, yes, sir. Being in the projects, throwing footballs with kids. That's the type. Seeing an old woman opening the door for her, you know what I'm saying, and holding her bags until her ride comes. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I put my life on. There's nothing about my life that I don't tell or share with everybody, family. So that's just what I'm always doing, fam. It's always about being here and being personal, being real, and seeing the individuals out there. If I don't mind opening doors for old ladies, telling kids to stay in school, telling them to stay focused. There's a bus that comes and drops kids off in my neighborhood, and I watch those little black kids until they get home so nobody runs up on them. That's the type of energy and the vibe, you know what I'm saying, that I brought into the game. You dig? And I don't need no flowers from nobody, baby, because I bought myself a bouquet, baby. It is what it is. So we standing on top of the game. It's only going to get bigger and stronger. And y'all know I'm always coming back to tell you, I don't know about nobody else, but I made a promise a long time ago, and I'm going to fulfill that forever. I'm going to always ride. I'm going to be wherever the people are. If you need me, hit me up, holler at me. I'm an open book, because if you walk together. I was taught, family don't come home without your brother. You know what I'm saying? So I have that same type of approach. I can't get it out of me, man. I only know loyalty. That's it. I was raised to only know loyalty. I don't know nothing other than loyalty. I don't know how to be fake. You know what I'm saying? I would sit there and start talking on these shows, and I'd be like, Black Alpha, calm down, because I'm so passionate about what I say. I don't script nothing. It's straight real. Anybody who's ever met me in real life, a lot of the ones who met me, y'all know I'm the same one in real life, the same person with the same energy, all that stuff. The show's cool, but I'd rather be with y'all. So I was taught, man, loyalty to your people. Always hold it down. If y'all leave together, come together, and ain't nothing gonna happen to the family that won't happen to me first. And I always bring that back to the table, y'all. And that's what I brought into this game. And that's why I'm always braggadocious and standing on business, because I'm a Leo. And one thing about Leo's, family, if we great, we gonna tell you how great we are. But we only great because we all move together. Remember, a man who's great by himself is just a man by himself, and a man by himself is just a shell of a man. So greatness really only comes from who you are as a person, but who you got on your side. So it's about the kings, queens, goddess, and gods. It's all about the brothers and sisters. It's all about the family. Them folks got subscribers. I got certifieds. I got regulators. I got family. And the way I'm looking, fam, in this era, in the next era coming up, we got to do a service to the people. So everything that I say, fam, I'm not just thinking about now. I speak for the future. I was talking to my partner on the phone the other day, and I was telling him, I said, when I speak, I don't just speak for today. I speak about how words are going to be interpreted in the future. I want to give the kids who aren't even born the lesson. Okay, what Tupac said, to all the newborns waiting to breathe, if you believe, then you can achieve. And look at me. That's the way I talk, fam. I don't want nobody 20 years from now saying, well, Black Alpha, he really meant tether right there. If you listen, he said African. No, the hell I didn't. Made it crystal clear. You can't remix my words. Nope. Man, Black Alpha, he really said all lives matter. No, he didn't. He said Black folks, Black Americans. So it's all about speaking. That's the prophecy of a legend, okay? When you legendary, that's what makes it happen. And I always tell people, you cannot write this era of Black American existence in this country without mentioning Black Alpha's name. And that right there makes you a legend, and that right there makes you a Hall of Famer. You know what's crazy? I had posted a picture on here, and I said, I want to be a legend. And so many of y'all was like, bro, you already won, dog. Just keep growing to your legendhood. You got there, now keep growing it. And that meant a lot to me. I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The flower's already there. Just keep on feeding it and blossom it, fam. So that's what it always is. It's about, if you being a legend, you got to talk for the future. You got to talk to everybody. But if you mention in Black American community and this day and age, when they're looking back 20, 30, 40 years from now, and you start talking about from 2020 to 2000 and wherever, you cannot mention the Black American experience in terms of holding it down without mentioning my name. And you cannot mention me without mentioning y'all. That's why I'm always telling y'all, when y'all see me in Hidden Colors, y'all see me at the Rally for Reparations, and anything that y'all ever see me do on election night when we sat here and streamed for 5-6 hours, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It was all of us together, because everywhere I go, I bring y'all with me, because I wouldn't be there without y'all. So that is what I give to the world. That's what I always give everybody. Yes, absolutely. Believe it, receive it, achieve it. I like that, family. So, it's always love. And, I'm always telling y'all every broadcast, man, I love you with a passion. And it's only right that I end this broadcast one more time and tell y'all I love y'all with a passion. You've seen all the vibrations and all the energies that we put down today. And I just continue to show that foundational Black American grassroots winners list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. All of our victories are getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. It's only growing and growing and growing. And we're making history. Remember that, y'all. You're making history. I don't care what you do. When you get up today and you go feed some Black American kids, that right there is the most important thing, is feeding the babies, fam. Because without no babies, there ain't gonna be no us. So even the smallest thing that you think is small is really ginormous because you're doing it. So anything that you can do, fam, serve the people, y'all. Serve the people and bring that energy to the table. And as long as you bring that energy to the table, family, then we always gonna win. And I already know that we're gonna win, and everybody's watching us win, and the wins are only getting sweeter, y'all. Love you with a passion, baby. See y'all on another episode of the Black Alpha Cast. I am your boy, your brother, Black Alpha, and you know I love you all. Much love and respect. I want y'all to have a good weekend, as I always send you guys out. I love FBA Fridays. Tuesdays is cool because it's middle of the week. Talk about the work week. Fridays is great because I can send you guys all with peace, love, and blessings, that you enjoy your weekend, get recharged, and we can come on back again, family, and regulate everybody, because anybody can get it. Love y'all. Stay safe. Go see a movie or something this weekend, man. Go have a walk, man. Go get some UVA rays. Go lift some weights. Work out. Keep your things ready, fam. Keep them ready, y'all, and keep this right here pure. And as long as you do that, then you already won, family. And foundational Black Americans, we the only winners. Yes, indeed. All right. See you on the other end. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love from your brother, Black Alpha, certified salute. And remember, no matter where you go, no matter where you at, that black is beautiful, and beautiful is always black. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Rest in peace, baby girl. One love. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.